afternoon. I'm Tyler Danberg. Ohio State football announced it will open 3 fall camp practices to the fans on Thursday, August 6th, Friday, August 7th, and Saturday, August 8th. Gates open each day at 8 a.m. with practice running from 9 a.m. to noon. General admission tickets are $48 with VIP tickets $143. In the NFL, Browns left guard Joel Bitonio is retiring after 12 seasons, all with Cleveland. He was a 5-time All-Pro and played over 6,400 straight snaps from 2017 to 2023. Browns open minicamp today at 1. In golf, former Ohio State golfer Neil Shipley and current Buckeye Vaughn Harbor will play in the U.S. Open starting June 18th at Shinnecock Hills Golf Club after qualifying on Monday. This update sponsored by Germain Toyota. For unbeatable service and sales, visit Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road or online at germaintoyota.net. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, here we go. Rando Tuesday style. Keep chugging along. Rothman and Ice, Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice Hayes, the loose cannon, all present and accounted for. Boys, good to see you.
What up, what up? It is, it's always, not even good, it's always great to see you, Anthony Rothman. So, yeah, man, I'm feeling good today. You're looking good. Hope everybody's having a nice start to their Tuesday. We appreciate and love you all. How you feeling? You good?
Yeah, outstanding.
Good.
All those celebrities added up to Zippo. They all couldn't do it for them.
I think you and I and TLC was in on this as well. I think we did a pretty good job of mapping out the celebs that were going to be there. There were a few that were kind of obvious when I saw them. I was like, oh, we didn't even bring those names up. The iconic New York athletes, right?
Why didn't we think about Jeter? Like, I don't know. I didn't know I know New York, but I didn't know he was a... Let me ask you this real fast. Before we get down the list, do we feel like that this is exactly the same as when the Lakers were great and all the celebs showed up for L.A.? Does this have a different feel to it that a lot of these celebs are Knicks fans, true, like tried and true, years, grew up? L.A., it feels like a little bit more of, it was the Showtime era, and maybe it was Hollywood, and that was the place to see and be seen. Are we giving the Knicks celebs a little bit more of a, this is genuine versus the Laker fans?
It's hitting me that way, because when you mentioned the Laker fan base, my mind went to Snoop Dogg and Jack and those guys that have been there, that I think are legit Laker fans, but I think there's more of a true celebrity following when it comes to Knicks basketball than there is the Lakers. And they showed up and showed out. I mean, it no doubt was a who's who around the baseline of that court last night. It was pretty impressive. And the atmosphere that we talked about, even just zooming out from the celebrities, I thought absolutely delivered, and then some. It was great. The game itself was solid, but I was really caught up in who's at the damn game last night.
It was, first of all, MSG is legit.
No question.
And I was lucky enough to be there, ironically, for an NIT, like when I was covering Ohio State.
Had to be some juice still in there, right?
Well, what happens is you're surprised at, honestly, how dark it is.
Okay.
You're surprised at how the fans are not lit up.
Yeah.
It's very boxing-like, appropriate. It's Madison Square Garden. So think about an old heavyweight boxing match, or think about like one of those big old school prize fights, and where the ring is lit up, but all the fans are in the dark. It still has that feeling.
It's a good look.
Yeah.
It's a really good look, and I think there's only a few teams in the league that do that. But I think our list consisted of a lot of the folks that were shown on TV last night. I mean, I think we had obviously Spike and Chalamet and Stiller and Tracy Morgan and Fat Joe. I don't think we brought up McEnroe. Did you?
I did.
Okay, so you brought up McEnroe.
He was the one guy that I brought up that if you told me I could sit next to a celebrity, he would have been the one.
I think the folks that we did not have on our list, the Law & Order SVU crew.
Okay, unbelievable that Mariska Hargitay, first of all, I think she was hugging OG Anunoby, and it was odd. Did you see it?
I did.
Okay. She's like, oh, thank you so much. Like, it was like, I mean, but to her credit, it wasn't just, I don't believe there was I assume she's from, I don't know.
Is she a New Yorker?
Has to be.
Okay.
Isn't her mother, you guys wouldn't know this name, but I think her mother was Jane Mansfield.
A famous singer or actress?
Actress.
Yes. Okay, I've heard that before.
Playmate.
Oh.
The whole deal.
Okay.
Hey, listen.
Okay.
I believe that's her daughter.
Okay.
Anyway, when she was there, I was like, wow, that was pretty cool. And then her co-host.
She was born
Christopher Maloney.
California, it looks like.
That makes sense.
She was not born.
Mother was an actress.
In New York.
Okay.
But I'm assuming
you think it's all the SV, all the
years probably shooting SVU maybe in New York. That kind of rubs off on you a little bit. You feel the Knicks vibe. You can't help it. That's my only
Law
guess.
and Order, the SUV, The Sopranos.
They are, but we didn't have those two. We mentioned Eli and Jeter. We did not. Okay.
I never mentioned Jeter at all yesterday, or Eli Manning. I didn't think either one of them would be there.
Me either. And then you had a couple big names that showed up that are not Knicks fans that just wanted to be a part of the show. One being Robert Kraft, who is a diehard Celtics fan, and the other was DJ Khaled, who is a diehard Miami Heat fan, who was sitting next to Fat Joe, which we did have.
Can I say what my observation is on those? DJ Khaled couldn't care less about that basketball game.
Just wanted to be seen.
Every single time they showed a wide shot, he was head deep into that phone. And I'm not talking about in commercial break. I'm talking about in crunch time. When DeAndre Fox is hitting that jumper, Khaled's looking at his phone.
He doesn't care. He's a Heat fan.
Well, he shouldn't have that seat.
This was I'm going to flex and say that I was at this game 100%. For a lot of those people last night, and he was one of them. And I get it.
I mean, at least look up and watch the game every now and then.
Would you rather have that or John Starks roaming up and down the baseline yelling at refs with a drink in one hand?
He was there?
Oh, yeah. He was in the alumni row, John Starks.
Okay.
Like, John Starks has got to relax.
You know what I thought you just said? I don't know. I had a brain cramp there.
Did you think Jon Snow?
I thought that's what I thought you said. Kit Harington or whatever. I thought that's who you meant.
I didn't even watch Game of Thrones, and I knew what you thought he said.
So Eli Manning, Derek Jeter, A-Rod, Rick Pitino, Francisco Lindor, your boy Juan Soto. Hopefully he drank a lot.
Come on. My team's already
Woody
down.
Johnson was there. The hockey boys were there. Vinny Trocheck, Jonathan Quick, Adam Fox. All in the house to support the Knicks.
Was there a Chris Rock sighting?
Yeah.
Okay, my eyes didn't see Chris. Where was he at?
It was pregame. They showed him. I don't know where he was sitting.
Yeah, but I mentioned Jay-Z. Jay-Z was there with his new hairdo. Jay-Z rocking the fro now. I see you, Jay-Z.
Stiller.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Stiller and Chalamet are kind of homies. They rock out at the Knicks games. But it was look, I thought the game itself was good, but
it's not Knicks in 4, baby.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I still think the Knicks are going to get it done. I think they're going to win the finals, but it was obviously an awesome response from Wemby and his crew. And I tell you what, Wemby in San Antonio, whether it's within this series last night or the series before, they are a young team that's trying to set a tone with their physicality. I mean, the refs missed that awful call, lack of thereof, non-call, I should say, when Wemby just mushes Jalen Brunson like in the side of the head, and nobody calls that. Stephon Castle just runs right over Jalen Brunson. Like, this is who they are as a team. I like the edge that they present, but they're so good on the defensive end. Castle just hounds everybody, and he's got the assignment of going up against Brunson. And on the flip side of it, for the Knicks, you had some duds. Like, Cat played well in game 1 and game 2. He was a no-show. Mikal Bridges, no-show. A guy who you mentioned a few weeks ago even. I think you put him maybe in Party Like a Rockstar, and Landry Shamet. You highlighted his abilities offensively. He was a no-show. So credit to the Spurs. I thought they brought edge. I thought they brought a nice defensive edge, and I think that's what won them the game yesterday.
You said something interesting that I'm not really sure where I'm at with. You said Cat was a no-show. It felt like that was a little strategic to me. They didn't play through him.
A lot of Brunson
I don't know why. Yeah, they did not play through him.
It was a Brunson
And
fault. Yeah.
Wemby was allowed to roam again, and he was a major factor. I give him a lot of credit. This is all hindsight, but watching the Spurs pregame, they were ready. They were ready. They knew what they were going to face in that arena.
Yeah.
And this would also be plain results, which I don't love to do, but I'll just throw it out there. I think I did say this on yesterday's show, that you got to be careful that this is some kind of, like it's some kind of coronation, like this series is over. All the celebs are there. Like it's a distraction. Yes, they wanted them there. And that arena was crazy. Even Barkley was saying, I have chills.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it was cool to be in that atmosphere.
No doubt.
But what I pointed out yesterday was the Knicks were like a bucket and a half favorite. It wasn't much. And it wasn't that this was, I think people believed that the way San Antonio has lost the first two games, that their minds were fragile.
Yeah.
They're a young team, and they will be walking into this place, and they won't be able to handle it. And I watched the pregame, and it looked like they were all into it. No one was running and hiding. They were kind of having fun with it.
Yeah.
You know how opposing teams have fun with jump around in Wisconsin? Like I think they were embracing what it was more than running from it. And they got up to a great start.
They did.
And they wound up getting it to the finish with some key baskets. And you said they played desperate. They were the more physical team. And they were playing for their lives, and the Knicks weren't. As much as they said they were going to, they couldn't manufacture it. And I think all the celebs, maybe there was some pressure to performing last night, and they did not handle it.
They didn't answer the call. I think you bring up a really good point about the Knicks offense late. To me, was just, hey, dig us out of this hole, Jalen Brunson. Do what you can. And what stinks is they got an amazing game from Josh Hart. I mean, Josh Hart throughout the game was doing things that he usually isn't doing consistently, knocking down a whole bunch of shots. But the Spurs, after game 2, they took to the podium after the game, and they weren't folding. They've got confidence in-house. They're a calm, cool, collected team. I have to imagine behind the scenes, Greg Popovich has a lot to do with that as well. His impact on this team, from the head coach or Mitch Johnson all the way down to the star players. It's very impressive. I think they brought it up on the broadcast. This is the second youngest team to ever play in the NBA Finals, and they got off the mat yesterday in a very, very impressive way.
Yeah, it's a cool night, and it all added up to a Spurs win, which is why we love sports, because it's so unpredictable. We'll come back. I'll switch gears a little bit to college football. And this popped up the other day. Did Michigan, or has Michigan, whiffed on a very high-priced player? There is a College Football Hall of Famer who says right now the answer is yes. We'll give you those details next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
A lot of hosts have been on our airways in the past 30 years. Some good, some bad, some really bad. Anyway, sorry for that. The Fan.
There's an old story about cat toys that's been retold for over 20 years because it perfectly explains who we are. This is Dennis Sullivan, president of Care Heating and Cooling. Years ago, a couple who shared their house with 3 cats had another company out to look at their furnace. After working on it, the technician said it was dangerous and had to be replaced. The couple called Care for a second opinion, and my dad Mike went out to help them. When he inspected the furnace, the cause of the problem became obvious. A cat toy had been stuffed into the heat exchanger. With the toy removed, the furnace ran perfectly. Now, how did the toy get there? You can decide for yourself, but here's what mattered then and still matters now. The first company paid commissions to their service techs to sell new furnaces. At Care, we pay our technicians to fix furnaces, not sell you a new one. And if a new furnace is needed, our team of replacement specialists will advise you on all options available and help you make your best choice. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
The next chapter of Cleveland Browns football is here, and we want to invite you to be the first in. It's a new world-class stadium. It's a new era of Browns football, and it begins in 2029. And your path to being a part of it starts today. Place your deposit now at newhuntingtonbankfield.com to reserve your spot and be one of the first to choose your seats in our brand new state-of-the-art enclosed stadium where Cleveland Browns football goes to the next level.
Hey, Central Ohio, Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and we buy houses for cash. If you've got a house you need to sell, this is your season. Inherited, behind on payments, just over it? Whatever brought you here, we can help. We buy as is, we cover all closing costs, and there are 0 commissions, period. Just a fair cash offer, and you choose your closing date. People are making moves right now, and we make it simple to be one of them. One call is all it takes. We'll get you a fair cash offer, fast, no pressure, no obligation. Hundreds of your neighbors have already sold the easy way, and we've got 5-star reviews and BBB A+ rating to back it up. Take what you want, leave what you don't. We're based right here in Columbus, and we're ready when you are. Call us at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355 or visit selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, family owned. Call 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355.
I lost count of how many foster homes I lived in. 20, maybe more. Each time, a new family, a new room, but never a space that felt like mine.
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care waiting to be adopted. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is working to help find them a permanent home.
Now I have my own room and decorated it myself. And just like my family, it's mine to keep.
If you have room in your home or your heart, see how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
As speech pathologists, it's our privilege to help students develop their communication skills. However, the increased caseloads and responsibilities began to negatively impact the student's experience. With the help of my association, I was able to communicate these concerns to our district leaders, which directly led to the hiring of more speech pathologists to serve our kids. Now they're benefiting from smaller group sizes and are able to reach their goals quicker. My name is Morgan Gomez, and I'm a proud member of the Springboro Education Association because strong unions make strong public schools for our students.
Does heel pain make you hobble just getting out of bed in the morning? If heel pain is affecting your ability to exercise and meet your walking or running goals, relief is as close as your local podiatrist. Podiatric physicians are highly trained doctors who specialize in medical and surgical treatment of the foot and ankle. Ohio Foot and Ankle podiatric physicians are available across the state and are devoted to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care.
For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
The Fan has a secret radio station. It's called The Fan 2. You can listen to the Bob and Tom Show, Jim Rome, and Buckeye stuff. Why do they pay me big money to whisper? The Fan 2 is on the Fan's HD2 channel and streaming on the Fan app. You're welcome. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see scattered showers and storms today, otherwise mostly cloudy skies and warm and muggy with highs in the low 80s. For tonight, we'll still see a chance of showers and storms linger. Overnight lows right around 70 degrees. And then for Wednesday, the best chance of showers and storms will be earlier in the day, otherwise turning partly sunny, hot and humid with highs in the upper 80s and feels like approaching 100 degrees. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
All the Ohio State conversation you can handle. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Your Ohio State flagship station. The Fan. The best teams don't always win titles. Sounds like AR and Maddie bragging about their fantasy teams.
Hey, that's cheating.
This is Rothman and Ice.
So there's been there have been a few comments that have gained some attention, and I'll tell you why. Because when a player plays for a guy who's the current coach, then there's credibility there. There's a connection. I played for this guy. I know what he's looking for. I know what he's going to need. It's not just some random but credible ex-athlete, because we live in an era now where everybody has an opinion, and it can be heard and read and seen all the time. So Eric Weddle, who is you may remember, NFL All-Pro safety, he played for Kyle Whittingham at Utah. So he visited Michigan not long ago, and he came away, and this is very rare, because you wouldn't want to do this to your former coach. You could talk about it behind the scenes. You could get his real feel. Maybe you would say to your boys, I was talking to Whit and not too impressed right now, or it's a wait-and-see approach. But you'd never go public with it. You just wouldn't. Unless you feel like, I'm not saying that's what he wants to happen, but my mind went there for a quick second.
You're saying Whittingham?
Yes, only because if I played for him, I wouldn't do that without his stamp of approval. This could be a very poor read by me. I'm just saying what I would do. Like if I played for somebody and they were the current coach of another program and I went and visited him, I wouldn't then release to the world what I think is negative about the roster.
I agree with you.
Like, I don't think I
that's
would.
A fair way to go about it. Eric Weddle has chosen another pathway to go down when it comes to Bryce Underwood and what he's seen so far throughout the process of a football calendar. And I guess his eyeballs weren't too impressed.
Well, there's two versions of this. One, I believe, is the one you're going to hear, which is on the 0 to 60 podcast. And then the other one was when he backed it up a little bit on the Rich Eisen show. He didn't back down completely from his original critique.
Okay.
But I think he softened it. But here's here's Eric Weddle on Bryce Underwood, QB at Michigan.
Mark my words, I was out there for spring ball. Don't be surprised if the backup's playing early, because that Underwood kid, I don't think he can throw or play quarterback. So we'll see.
Really?
It's like, I don't understand. I don't understand, like, it's just quarterbacks in general. It's just shocking to see that the lack of good QB play is really, like, kind of hard to understand.
I mean, it's straightforward. It sounds genuine. It doesn't sound like he was trying to pass along a coach's message to the. It doesn't sound like that. He did say to Rich Eisen, he didn't really take back what he said, but he did admit that hearing it doesn't come off very well. But the point is, you have to play quarterback a certain way to win a natty. And Michigan, they expect that. They're like Ohio State. That's what they're playing for.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's what they're playing for, and that's what they're paying for. Two things.
At a high
and I don't know what they're paying Bryce Underwood, but I take Weddle at his word that this is a Pro Bowler for half a dozen years. I mean, he's got a lot of credibility. Chargers, your Ravens, the Rams. He's a high-profile dude. And to express doubt publicly about the number one prospect and saying, I don't think he can throw. Now, we've seen him. He's been hit and miss. I agree with that. But what I would expect a guy to say that, if I really didn't want to submarine my former coach, is, listen, he's got a lot of raw talent. Witt's going to get him right. He's going to coach him up. I've been in those locker rooms. Yeah. This is the guy he needs to have. I could see him going to taking his game to the next level because of this coach. This was a fortuitous move that Underwood's so fortunate that he got to upgrade to this coach. Like, that's what I expected, not that.
Went the complete other way.
Yeah.
It was pretty eye-opening to hear that. And look, Eric Weddle, I think, is a guy that we should respect when it comes to going up against quarterbacks and knowing what it takes, considering the era that he played in, right? Going up against Brady and Breeze and Peyton and all of those guys. And Eric Weddle played really, really good ball up against some Hall of Famers who I just mentioned. And so for Bryce Underwood, this is a true freshman last year that made the switch going from LSU to Michigan. He was a Michigan kid. Like you mentioned, I had to imagine there was crazy money being thrown around and offered to him for that move to happen. And he was
his NIL deal is valued at?
I think I saw, $15 million or
10,
something like that?
I saw
10 to 15 million or something like that.
Over multiple years.
Over multiple years, correct. And this guy was the number one player in his class coming out of high school. Not the number one quarterback, the number one player in the entire class. And it's not surprising, I guess, to where a guy where throughout his entire football career could probably out-athlete a lot of the defenses he was going up against to now be at this level struggling a bit. Now, to the level that Weddle was talking about, that will shock me if he can't figure it out at all and they have to go to someone else just based off of the traits that we saw from the guy. But him having to learn to really, I guess, let's say, like, stay in there and not use your feet all the time and go through your progressions and all the things that it takes to be an elite quarterback. If he's behind the 8 ball with that, that's not a shocker to me right now, AR. It's only June. Last year, the dude ranked 14th in the conference in completion percentage. He was not an efficient quarterback. We saw it with our own eyes. And I have to guess, AR, there's maybe a little regret in that decision outside of the financials to go from LSU to Michigan. Because if I'm Underwood right now, who would you rather be playing for as far as offense goes? Kyle Whittingham or Lane Kiffin. For me, it's Lane Kiffin all day and tomorrow. So I wonder how he feels about that. But, yeah, he's got a long way to go, but he's got the athletic ability to where if he does figure out what it takes to consistently play the position, he'll be a dangerous weapon for him.
I have no idea how he brought his offensive coordinator with him. So Jason Beck is with him. I wouldn't know how that impacted things. Maybe he feels confident in meeting the OC that there's a really good plan. Where do you guys stand on my speculation that Weddle knew that Witt would not have a problem with these words, or whether he was just unfiltered, and when he said, I go off what I see, and what I saw was not good? Where are you guys on my spec that maybe he knew that Witt would be okay with that, or he just doesn't care?
If he's
just being honest.
I would roll with it on the part of he was okay with it, that being Witt, if Weddle didn't circle back around and clean it up a hair with Rich Eisen.
But I'll give you the cleanup quote.
Well, he cleaned it up a little bit at the end of that quote, too, because he kind of pivoted off of that. That was a very brief moment where he was kind of trashing Bryce Underwood. But Weddle's son, who I believe is a 2028 recruit, is one of the biggest recruits in the nation, Gage. Gage Weddle's an athlete who plays quarterback and defense, but is going to play safety at the next level. Yeah. But he said that he's taken his son on multiple tours around the country, and he says, dude, you're a better backup than a lot of the backups that they already have in these rosters. So he did kind of pivot off of Bryce Underwood to make a general point about the state of quarterbacking. So he did kind of dedicate a lot of his point to that.
But my question is this. Do you feel like Whittingham was blindsided by these comments, or he was okay with it, or...
I think he was blindsided.
I don't think it's what he expected.
I don't think he put the battery in Weddle's back to say, go say this and start this about... I just don't
package the message.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case.
Hey, I want to get my own guy in here. We're paying this guy way too much money. I need something public to kind of put some pressure on some Michigan alum to say, we need to repurpose this money.
Yeah, I don't think Whittingham's playing those games. I don't think so.
Yeah. It jumped into my head, though.
Okay.
When you got a former player that's... out there saying, hey.
Because to your point, AR.
The wrong guy, they're paying millions of dollars to.
Because if you're Bryce Underwood, you're thinking, like, is that what he's talking about with my coach when they're meeting up?
Correct. Mm-hmm. And to your point, AR.
He didn't pick him.
He did.
Remember, Whittingham did not pick him.
That's exactly where I was going to go, right? Like we see when there's new regime changes in the NFL, right? Let's say new GM, new head coach combination, and there's a quarterback in place that they didn't draft that's just kind of a middling guy. They usually move on. Or if new ownership comes in and there's a head coach there, they usually like to start over with their new guy. So if that's his headspace that he was in, then maybe you tell Weddle to go do that. Kyle Whittingham just doesn't strike me as a coach that would publicly want to play those games.
No, but you don't say publicly, don't be surprised if the backup is the guy. Is that Tommy Carr? Or don't be surprised if the backup is. He's not getting that on his own eyes, I don't think.
I think that's a former pro that played defense that saw from his lens that this guy just doesn't have it. That, to me, is my read on that. Yeah. Right now, he just doesn't have it.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, no doubt.
Really was. Yeah. All right, we're going to come back in 2 minutes, and we'll stay with quarterbacks. And this guy has become public enemy number one to college football. What will happen? We'll tell you next. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, what are we wearing?
Lie detectors. Anytime a lie is detected, we get a little shock.
All right, let's try them. So, Pella was rated by homeowners as the leading window brand here in Columbus.
Nothing? Okay. Well, our windows can change the look of your home. Ow. This thing sometimes shocks you when you tell the truth. Ouch. It's okay. I'm having fun.
Get the windows that can change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
Bob Yoakum, president of Rockford Homes, talks about what makes First Bank of Central Ohio different.
I would say it starts by caring. It starts by doing what you say you're going to do and following through on it. When you're talking about local, you're talking about relationships and people that matter to you. I don't care if that's personally or professionally.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Anthony. Did you know that 1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone? They have low energy, low sex drive, low motivation, but 100% of them can get it all back at Low T Center. Low T Center is the original TRT clinic, changing lives since 2009. They can help you get your energy, focus, and sex drive back. They even work with most major insurance providers. So head to fixmylowt.com and book your free testosterone test. That's fixmylowt.com. Do it today.
When you saw your heating bills this winter, did you think this is out of control? The problem is your house is leaking money, and the only thing higher than your heating bills are your cooling bills. Steve here from USA Insulation. Let us fix your energy bill problem for good. If you aren't foam insulated, you really aren't insulated. For $99 a month, interest-free, we'll foam your home and help cut those energy bills. 529-2440 or USAinsulation.net.
USA Insulation. Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Anthony's hidden talent is weaving a movie quote into every conversation. It's mostly not annoying. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
Brendan Sorsby is the talk of college football. The 235-pounder, 6'3", Texas Tech currently. He's a pocket passer who's mobile, pretty coveted, pretty fast. I can't tell you whether he's going to be a great pro, but a lot of people feel like he's a very good college quarterback, two-way threat, and he's a guy that is big. Like, that helps in this era of football when your quarterback is 235 pounds and is sturdy and durable. Yeah. And good. Look what they're going through at Ohio State, trying to get Julian saying, hey, go get it. Mm-hmm. Go get it, kid. You can do it. You're athletic enough. The want to. And because what's cool in this era is when you have a quarterback that can absorb contact and throw through pressure. Now, at Ohio State, he didn't face a lot of pressure until he did. And look what happened. Mm-hmm. Clock got sped up. Things were a little different. And he'll learn from that. But if you're a genuine dual threat and you have the speed and you protect the ball,
you're a nightmare to deal with.
You are.
You're an absolute nightmare to deal with, because if you're not going to be that guy and you in the pocket are going to deal with pressure, I think you got to have a little bit of the Big Ben in you. Remember Big Ben? He would just be in that pocket and like guys would just hanging all over him, and he's shrugging them off and extending the play and getting the ball to Hines Ward, whoever it may be. There's obviously different ways to go about it, and it is going to be very interesting to see Julian, let's call it, I guess, 2.0, if you will, this year with his ability to extend plays and can just keep plays alive. That's really, I think, all I want to see from him is a couple plays a game, you go get it, but within the pocket too, can you keep drives and that play alive? He's got the ability to do it. We know about the arm talent already, but that, I think, is what can really raise the ceiling of this year's offense here in Columbus, is Julian doing that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple ways to think of it, right? I mean, coaches don't want their guys to bail on a clean pocket. That's not what they want.
Right.
But they want them to be able to escape and have instincts.
When I call a play and Anthony Rothman's under center, and that play is defended well, you as my quarterback can make me look good as an OC.
I can escape with my legs.
That's what you want every once in a while.
Keep plays alive.
Absolutely.
And be a quick decision maker.
Yep.
And Sorsby's got a lot of that. He does. And that's why they're fighting for him. Because they wouldn't.
They're financially invested at a high level.
They are, but they're more invested. The money, they wouldn't have to pay him if he doesn't play. So if he leaves, that money goes away. They're investing because they think he's great.
Yes.
And they want him.
Yes.
And that's why they're fighting for him. And that's why this is a massive story, because he's great or can be great for them.
And
if this was an offensive lineman or a guy that was found betting on games and he transferred and he was nothing or wasn't an impactful player, guess what would happen? No one would care. Now the world's on fire. Yeah. Like I've seen, there are more, I would bet there are players that are betting on every team in this country. We just don't know it.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
Now, the wake-up call might happen, but this is happening in reverse. Now, nobody wants to go through this. Nobody wants to be publicly embarrassed and all that, but it's worth it to him to try to get another year of college, clearly, because, and we'll play it again. We talked to Ian Fitzsimmons yesterday. I thought, at this point, just tuck your tail and go. And I'm just surprised.
They're all in. They're all in. And let's hear from Fitzy, and then I'll give you
This is yesterday on the program.
Yeah, this is yesterday's conversation. It starts with UAR, gets to him, and he told a pretty interesting story about how the NCAA basically just admitted to everybody. Like, we all know, and we talk about in the media how the NCAA has no power, but he told a story about how they specifically admitted it themselves.
Hear me out on this. I'm like everybody about this Sorsby thing, and it's angered a lot of people. But I do feel like that anger actually may work for this, and I'll tell you why. So if you get a ruling like this, and the NCAA, in an odd way, they've never been supported by anybody, but now they're actually getting support for, like, okay, we need to enforce the eligibility rules and all this, and I'm wondering if they could lose the battle and win the war. Is this the final straw that might get enough people to say we need to step back and take a look at what's going on in college sports in general, especially football?
Look, at the last college seminar that we have at ESPN, they always bring in guest speakers, whether it's coaches, you name it, conference commissioners. And last year, Charlie Baker, NCAA president, and Baker actually told us the NCAA is powerless. Then he came back on McAfee's show and said the same thing not long ago. It is powerless because we have the rules. Some of the rules are cut and dry, clear as day. It's everywhere. Gamble and you're gone. Well, it's clear as day in the NCAA rule book. You gamble on your sport that you play, and you are gone. And he was until you go to a local court. They overrule it. And next thing you know, bam, I'm telling you, chaos is here. Anarchy's coming. I had one P4 head coach who I respect immensely reached out to me. I didn't call him, saying, so what's going to stop us now when a player that gets cut from an NFL camp, and we can go offer him more than the practice squad that he's going to end up on, right? Maybe $4 or $5 million, because if you're in an NFL camp, you're a hell of a player. You just got cut. You're young enough. We've seen players get cut and go on and have long careers in the NFL. But this coach is going, what is going to stop us, meaning any school, any coach, any booster, from going and signing a player off of a practice squad in the NFL, or a guy who gets cut in camp because we can pay him $3, $4, $5 million. Yeah. We got left tackles at LSU getting $4 million now. And think about it. The NCAA is going to say no, but in Charlie Baker's own words, we don't have the power.
So with the NCAA not having the power, that now influences everybody else to kind of take matters into their own hands with this, basically protest of Texas Tech.
So that's correct. That's the next step. But I'm very confused about this. I really am. I'm confused at his legal argument. I'm confused he was able to win it. I'm at a point now where what would he have had to do to not be entitled to play college football again?
Yeah.
What would he have to do? Kill somebody? What would happen? Let me tell you what the legal argument is. Mm-hmm. So for people who don't know, he admitted to placing about 40 bets on college football. He wagered on his own team while playing in Indiana. It was a lot more money, I think, than people originally thought. Yeah. Originally, he was saying, it was a couple of bucks, $5 here. Turns out it was in the thousands. Then it turned out there was evidence of him using fictitious names or putting up his friends to make bets for him with clearly inside information, or at least insider feel. And a Lubbock County judge who was apparently in bed with Texas Tech dusted off the robe and came back and ruled in favor of him. So it blocked the NCAA's ban. I want to be very clear. The NCAA did declare him ineligible for betting on his own teams. And the court ruled that the punishment caused him irreparable injury. Well, good. There are consequences to things. And I'm all for him getting his life right, if that's what he needs to have happen. So the legal argument that the court reasoned that stopping Sorsby from playing would cause him probable, imminent, and irreparable injury. So it's damaging his access to elite training and his ability to prepare for the NFL supplemental draft.
LOL.
Guess what?
That's bull.
Find your own trainer. You're on your own now.
It's all a joke.
It's done. You lost out.
Correct.
You gambled and lost figuratively and literally.
Done.
And no one's preventing you from going to the NFL because the NFL isn't going to prevent him. No. Now, some team's going to have to lay out some compensation and think he's worth it.
Yeah.
And he feels like another year of college making millions will help his chances of being highly drafted and also possibly repair his image. But the fact that he was suspended for Abilene Christian and I guess Oregon State,
It's a slap on the wrist.
It's just, he admitted it.
Of course.
I want him to do better. That's fine if he needs help. But he knew the rules going in, and he got caught. And I'm okay with, there's a legal process. And if he wasn't great, I don't want to be a hypocrite. We probably wouldn't be talking about this.
That's real.
Because it's his impact as a quarterback and being a very good one that's making all these other teams say, well, now we shouldn't play them. I'm wondering if people would feel as strongly if he wasn't a quarterback.
The Nebraska AD has come out and said that nobody in our sports department is going to schedule Texas Tech for anything, and I don't think any of us should be surprised if the entire Big Ten Conference follows that here in the next day or two. It sounds like there's some momentum behind that as well. Texas Tech is going to go to bat for him because they have gone all in with their money in the NIL world to get Texas Tech into the winner's circle. A couple years ago, we saw them, in the college football playoff against Oregon. That was a ugly offensive showing for them, right? And so they're desperate to try to correct that. And so Brendan Sorsby, they think, is the answer to that problem. But as far as the ruling goes, I'm completely with you. I'm completely with everybody. It's as embarrassing as it gets. And I thought that they were going to make an example of him because this is the one thing that nobody wants. Nobody wants, as fans, for us to watch the game and question whether or not all of this is clean and on the up and up. A question that I was thinking about last night is the college football playoff is not governed by the NCAA. They're their own separate entity here. And so what say are they going to have in this? Are they going to step into this and say, we don't want Brendan Sorsby a part of this at all?
Well, they're probably waiting to see if the NCAA's appeal of this temporary injunction, what happens with that. And let's talk about that. And then would the conferences really say, you've been voted off the island, Texas Tech. If you're going to stand by your man, then you're alone.
Yeah.
We'll hit that next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Wake up with the Fan. Eat lunch with the Fan. Go to bed with the Fan. Dream about the Fan. Then change your sheets. Gross.
Ew, you guys are gross, but stick around in case I don't find anyone else.
The Fan.
I met my wife in law school at the University of Florida. She was from upstate New York and I was from Kentucky. We met at a daily mass at St. Augustine's. She was the most beautiful girl I'd ever seen in my life. After communion, I followed her out of the church and got her phone number. The rest is history. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Little did we know that one day we would have 4 children and the largest injury firm in the world. All 4 work in the business. It's a family business. Did I ever see this coming? Hell no. We just worked very hard and treated our clients like we would want to be treated, like family. It's a full-service injury firm, auto accidents, medical malpractice, workers' compensation, Social Security, and insurance disputes. We're open 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit forthepeople.com and we can get to work on your case. No recovery, no fee. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Take action with Logan Services. Get up to $900 off with Train Instant rebates and up to $2,000 system discount plus 10-year parts and labor warranty. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Schedule your free estimate now. Logan Services.
Hey, Weekend Warriors, Austin Ward here. You want to know when your body starts talking back on a golf course? Cart path only. Suddenly your ball is 80 yards across the fairway. You're hiking over there with 3 clubs, and by the time you get to it, you're not thinking birdie. You're wondering if the course has an urgent care. And that's the point. It's not just the scorecard. It's the whole day. Walking 18 without feeling like you're in a survival show. Bending down to read a putt without making that noise. Getting home and still having enough left in the tank for the kids, the yard, the cooler, all of it. That's why Awaken 180 makes sense. It's a medication-free solution with weekly weight loss, support, and yes, free support for life. You may not fix your slice overnight, but drop 30, 40, even 50 pounds, and the game, plus life after the game, feels better. Take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame. Make the call, 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
With Bet365 Early Payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. It is very difficult these days to find a great deal. Imagine if you had to buy something and you knew you had a certain amount you had to buy, but you got half of it for free unexpectedly. That would be an awesome deal. Well, the good news is Window Nation has that deal going on for you right now. With Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale, you could replace all your windows and get half of them for free. Plus, you could even get them with no money down, no monthly payment or interest for 2 years, and you get top quality materials, insulated glass, and precision seals, all at a great price. As the weather continues to get hotter, you're going to run your air conditioner more. If your windows aren't energy efficient, they're letting that cold air out of your house, and you're paying more. Fix that problem with Window Nation. Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale going on now. They even have a lifetime warranty on these windows. Check out windownation.com to book your consultation today. That's windownation.com. Window Nation, proud partner of the Wounded Warrior Project.
Bishop and Friends.
You felt completely safe dropping your kids off. Like, my parents didn't even hesitate to drop me off at Holiday Village Mall in Great Falls, Montana for 6 hours.
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Cellar.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan. The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by KD HVAC, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
I'll tell you what, man, you're listening to Rothman and Ice on 97.1 The Fan. Give me a little Spider 2Y banana. Bring it in here, guys, man.
Yeah, man. All right, so the Big 12, they're already talking options as his trial date got a February stamp. So what that means is that Sorsby's trial against the NCAA is 2 weeks after the national championship.
Of course, if you're Texas Tech, you'll take that all day and tomorrow.
He's going to blow doors after that anyway.
Of course. They may mess around and...
Why would he'll drop the lawsuit at that point. He got what he wanted.
Correct.
He got what he wanted.
They may have a successful year. He has that. He'll probably be a first-round pick and all that. And, yeah, life is good. All of this it's just
here's what
a mess.
Okay, so this is what you have to think about when you fast forward your mind. Yes, it's gambling, and most coaches feel like they probably have a pretty good handle on their own team, and they probably hammer these rules in every second they can.
Yeah.
And they're going to use this as the big wake-up call. Every coach in the country will be like, don't let this be you.
He's the example.
The only problem is you may want to let that be me, because if I can have both, why don't I do it? Or at least roll the dice.
Yeah.
But let's go on the hypothetical that he got sacked, that he doesn't have life right now to play in college football.
Mm-hmm.
And every coach could use this. And it'd be great. They could use it and say, don't mess around with this. I know it's prevalent. I know it's tempting. I know you have friends that do it. I know that it's only getting more popular, that you can do it on your phone. You can do it on your computer. You have friends that do it. You can tell a buddy of yours that, hey, this guy got tweaked in practice. Put $100 on the other team. Or even the other part, which is, wait till you see the game plan we have set for this team. We know how to exploit their weakness. We can all make a little money. You give out a little taste to your friends, and everybody's happy. But they can use this as a wake-up call, or they could. And that's the problem I think coaches are having right now, is they want to go all in against him, but they also have to be a little fearful of, well, I'll never be able to fight for one of my guys if this ever happened to one of my players. Like, if I'm going all in on let's not play Texas Tech, let's all band together. If this ever happened to one of your star players, it'd be very hard for you then to swing around and say, well, it was bad for that guy, but not for my guy.
A question I have, too, because I agree with everything you said there, is the vetting process by Texas Tech. How bad was that? For them to not know any of this, or maybe they knew and just didn't care and didn't think that he was going to get caught? Because you mapped it out earlier. Initially, when we heard about this out of the gate, it was, I was the backup in Indiana. You know, I spend a couple dollars here, a couple dollars there. Then it's like, whoa, a week or two after that, this became huge. And so I'm looking at Texas Tech, and I'm saying, when you guys were spending all this money, he wasn't the only quarterback available. Yes, he was one of the better ones. But, AR, I'm not going to sit here and believe that they didn't know any of this stuff, that none of this was on the way. That to me, I just don't buy. Do you buy that at all, that Texas Tech was in the dark with all this?
Okay, so I don't think they were in the dark. What I think they were probably confident in at the time is that he didn't appear in any game that he bet on. And they probably were somewhat comfortable with that. And maybe they didn't know, because he was betting on Reds games, right?
Yeah.
He made thousands of bets on which pitches were going to, he should have been up in Cleveland.
Was him and
He was in the wrong, he was betting on you're betting the wrong team. You're going the wrong way. How does he know which way we're going?
Planes, Transit, Automobiles.
Play your music.
Fire it up.
I got to find something.
It's too late. You only get 1 second. Well done. All right. So did the court get it right? No, they didn't get it right.
Massive
restoring his eligibility is brutal. If he placed $90,000 in wages over a 4-year span using accounts registered to, you guessed it, family and friends, Verizon. They're on my family and friends list. I got a fave.
I'm here with my family.
I've got a fave 5.
So ridiculous.
One foul swoop. And he continued to gamble following his transfer to Texas Tech. So I don't know how much they really knew. Because if he was fail swoop, one fail. So if he was betting on baseball and using other names, then maybe they didn't know everything. And why would he? Why would he go public with that? Why would he volunteer that information? He thought he was fine.
Sure.
He transferred to Texas Tech making millions. He wasn't going to
cut
his own knees out. So I'm not believing they knew everything. And because I think that would have been tough to defend.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't ask the right questions, or
How
you don't
tough
really
is it
want
to
to
defend him now?
Clearly not that much.
Exactly.
Because they want him, and he's good.
They're good.
He chose to gamble. The mental health issue came later. And the court says he can play. And NCAA is going to appeal. And he's going to hope his lawyers, his team, his coach, that this gets dragged out for another 8 months. And then he has his season. He has his money. He rehabs his PR. And maybe we lose steam over this because the games will be underway. And we'll be talking about those. And Texas Tech, how good is Texas Tech with him?
They are now, I looked this up, they are pretty decent favorite to win the Big 12. So Vegas has them listed at -130. Second in line is BYU at +700.
Yeah.
So they're supposed to run away with this conference, and they're supposed to obviously be in the college football playoff again this season. I just think for me personally, when I see him, this is what I'm going to think about. And I don't know how long it's going to take for me to shed that thought, but when you come out and you're labeled as a gambling addict, that's really, really strong. And is that completely just faded away because of a couple months in the offseason and you sitting out 2 games? It's just a question I'm always going to have when I see Brendan Sorsby.
You know what? Life's a gamble. Let's take him.
That's what they say.
The NFL is going to be saying.
Oh, no doubt.
And they're going to take the gamble.
No, he gambled. He gambled on
baseball games and football when he was. That's what they're going to tell themselves. Yeah. That's what they say. A lot of great players, as we know, get a lot of grace. Yeah. And if he performs well, there's going to be an owner or owners that are going to say, you know what? Yeah, he's got a little bit of a pass, but we want him.
This goes to the integrity of the game. Yeah. So people are more up in arms because they want to protect that, even though there's been stuff that's been under the table forever. It's all justified. This one's out in the open. They're a good team. He's potentially a very good player. That's why this is the perfect storm. They're a potential top 10 team, maybe with him or without him. But with him, they certainly feel they are. He could impact the playoff, and he's fighting for that. And that's his right to fight to play if he thinks he needs it. I thought he would take the L, slither away, get to the NFL, and move along. But
not when there's $5-6 million on the table. I'm not leaving that behind.
And he can use that money to vault himself to the NFL and maybe be a high draft pick. He probably needs this season, a good season, to get into that Dante Moore, Julian Sayin, Arch Manning category. And then all of a sudden, you're talking about tens of millions. Yeah. So that's where it is. Tex, I'll see how long they stand behind their man. We'll see if there's pressure. We'll see. And then we'll see how much steam these other conferences want to keep throwing at this. Because what I said, I believe in, that you have enough steam and then you're like, well, what if I need to stand by one of my guys? Do I really want to go all in on this? We don't even play them this year.
It seems to me like the Big Ten is ready to go all in on Texas Tech. We're not playing them at all in anything.
Yep. All right, we're going to come back, top of the hour, sports update, and we'll get into... it's like quarterbacks for 1,000 today. And this guy wants his cash too, and he may deserve it. Rothman and Ice and the Fan. I win bets.
1, 2, 3. Here in the Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan.
Common Man here. Join me June 20th for the Common Man Mile at this year's Fan 5K in Westerville. Get signed up at 971therace.com.
The 97.1 The Fan 5K is presented by Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, and the Common Man Mile is sponsored by Rose Pest Solutions. Rose Pest Solutions has been protecting Columbus homes and businesses for over 165 years. Got a pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
It's child's play to donate your car, truck, RV, or boat to Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Ohio. They'll pick it up free of charge, steer you through the paperwork, and a hefty tax deduction rolls your way as you help provide a home away from home for families of seriously ill hospitalized children. For more information about donating your vehicle to Ronald McDonald House Charities, visit rmhc-centralohio.org or call 614-CARS-HELP. That's 614-CARS-HELP.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been your one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
The buzz is real at Zoombezi Bay's award-winning conservation tower. 3 all-new water slides, 1 thrilling experience. Make your splash at ZoombeziBay.com.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hello, I'm Ozempic.
And I'm other GLP-1s, kind of like him. Hey, are you shaking a maraca?
No, I'm shaking the pill version of Ozempic, which no one should ever do except in ads like this.
A nice disclaimer.
Hey, thanks. Ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of the Ozempic pen or pill may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide tablets, 9 milligrams, and Ozempic semaglutide injection, 2 milligrams.
There's a pill version of Ozempic.
Whether you're repping the orange and brown or shouting "Hoo Day," the ultimate football pilgrimage is closer than you think. Ditch the living room, get the family on the road, and make the short drive to greatness and visit the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. From the backyard to the gridiron, it's the one place where every fan comes together to create new family memories. Make it a weekend to remember and see why Ohio truly is the heart of football. Visit profootballhof.com and plan your visit today.
When it's too hot to go out, it's definitely too hot for your AC to go out. The Waterworks Heating and Cooling Pros are here to help. We offer fast repair and AC replacement for any cooling system when you need it. Plus, we're a premier Lennox dealer and can install an energy-efficient system for a great price. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit us online at thewaterworks.com. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Craving the O? Now it comes to you. For loyal fans, the O on Lane is now offering the O on the Go catering delivery. Perfect for the office or any group. Order boxed lunches or group catering right now at theoonlane.com. The O on the Go, delivered fresh, delivered easy.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Amberg. 3 Ohio State football fall practices will be open to fans August 6th through the 8th, with tickets starting at $48. Gates open each day at 8 a.m. with practice from 9 a.m. to noon. More college, Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby's trial against the NCAA is set for February 8th, 2027 in a Texas court. Monday, he was granted a temporary injunction to play this season, which has already been appealed by the NCAA. NFL Browns guard Joel Bitonio is retiring after 12 seasons. Here he is on how he wants to be remembered.
You know, I hope people remember this guy was tough. He was going to be out there. He was going to fight for his teammates and was just a consistent guy.
Browns open minicamp today at 1. Their first without Bitonio since 2013. This update sponsored by Metal Supermarkets, your convenience store for metal. Visit Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com or 2180 Wilson Road for all your metal needs. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
These two have a ton in common. Anthony loves hockey, and Matty's always cold. This is Rothman and Ice.
Second hour of the program, Jeff Lloyd, Orange and Brown Report, 1:30. OTAs, the Garrett saga. Have we had on Jeffrey Lloyd since?
I don't believe
since
so.
The trade?
I don't think we have
either.
That happened last Monday, correct?
Was I peppering him too, like I was peppering Schefter every week? When we had him on, was I like, hey, I know you're going to hate me asking this, but
probably.
Okay. Well, it happened, though.
But no, there's a lot to unpack with him, and even the recent news of today of Joel Bitonio retiring. So, yeah, bottom of the hour, we got a lot to get into with Jeff Lloyd talking all things Brownies.
We know how Adam Schefter feels when you ask him repeated questions.
Yeah, they have to be asked.
So, is Trey Hendrickson franchise tag extension? What's he doing? What's Trey Hendrickson up to this week?
Well, let me give you one. Adam, any news swirling around Max Crosby anymore?
Hey, Adam Schefter, what are Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini up to?
I don't think I ever asked him that.
No.
Let's try this one. See if you got this on deck, TLC. Hey, Adam, a big story just broke in the NFL, and it didn't come from you. What's going on?
That's...
No, I was looking
which one
for.
you want?
I was looking for the blank.
Like
if we told him a big NFL
it's right
story.
next to it, and I didn't even.
I figured you had it on deck.
That was good by you, bad by me. That was good. That was good.
That was when
it's right next to it on the button board, and I still missed it.
You got a lot of buttons there, man.
I know.
So that happened when he was on a live call with us, and something came through on like the burner phone.
Micah?
It may have been.
That sounds right.
Micah Parsons was traded the next day.
That sounds right. I think you're all over that.
And I don't think I think he just went unfiltered. I think it was just like that was his instant reaction.
Okay.
Yeah. Honestly,
just
we're
pure panic.
Live with him on the air. Do you still have his answering voicemail music?
Oh, yeah, I have that in the theme music category.
Yeah.
That should be
when you call up Shefty.
Oh, maybe it's not sound effects.
He has to click over to another where he just says, "Hey, hang on a minute."
Yeah.
Like hang on. I got to take this call. I didn't know. Does everybody get that?
It's a great
If I switch over, if you call me, if I'm on the phone with you and he calls me and I say, Matty, hang on. Are you getting that?
I don't know.
Is that just an iPhone thing?
Awesome.
It's a great question because I really don't know the answer. It sounds like when I call my insurance company and they put me on hold, that's the music that it sounds like right there.
That's hilarious because he's like, "Hey guys, I got to go." We're like, "All good, man, all good." Just thinking he'd drop off and we might get the dunk. Oh, I don't even know where the.
Did you guys ever see?
We were expecting that, but he actually clicked over. And he put us on hold.
One of my favorites is when you do the dunk at the end of the show. Like, we're hanging up on our listeners. We're gone.
I'm wondering if the listener can even hear that the way we hear it.
Oh, I could think they can hear it loud and clear.
Sure, I'm not going to say, here, I'm going to go dead silent.
Okay.
And I want you to play the dunk.
Well, I can play it here.
Talk about what was happening behind the scenes this year and what led to that end result.
Okay. You can't hear.
What a stupid question, Matty Ice.
But that wasn't that was the sequel.
That was titled
the Penn State one.
That's right.
Rothman.
That's right.
I got so many Rothman ones. I can't even. Here's a random one.
Itosh Palion Onya.
I like that one.
Right, that's when I was speaking Finnish to Patrick Laine.
Yeah. This is what you're looking for.
Does the quarterback situation at Penn State just end any conversation that they could be in this game?
Sometimes
it does sound like somebody hung up on you.
Exactly.
And it always seems to happen right at the moment where you end the question. Maybe, you know what? I think we need to look in the mirror. I think this maybe a sign. Yeah, I think they may think
the two times, the only two times that the guests that have dropped off the phone line were immediately as you two ended your questions. That can only mean they did not like your questions.
That's right.
That's it.
100%.
We got to step our game up, man.
Yeah, so Joe De Leon and Mike Petraglia.
Ponce De Leon?
Yeah, Ponce De Leon. He had to go explore some other radio shows.
Discover Flo Rida.
We got to lock in, AR. We got to lock in, man.
I don't know. Maybe they're just too pressing. I don't know.
Handle it?
Yeah, maybe it's like, that's too intense.
Oh, man.
Ask me about the uniforms. Okay, Tampa Bay.
Ask me about the uniform.
And yeah, do you like what colors should they be using?
Do you like creamsicle?
That's right.
Or Charger powder blue?
I'm a creamsicle guy.
I'm a powder blue guy for sure.
There's something about the powder. I think for me, AR,
so good.
The creamsicle with the logo.
Yeah.
The old school
the
Tampa
sword
bow.
in the mouth.
Yeah, that sword in the mouth.
Or whatever.
That combination.
Knife.
I think that's what separates the two. The powder blue for the Chargers is absolute fire, but I just think the logo is the separation between both those for me. So I'll lean Tampa and the creamsicles because of obviously the colors, but the logo's, I think, a banger as well.
I got to look this up now. The original Tampa logo. Yeah, it's the Buccaneer with a sword with a knife in his mouth.
If I'm remembering this correctly, he's got a nice head of hair too, doesn't he?
Well, he's got a plume. You can't. I don't know if you can see the hair, but he's winking at you. As well. Like you're about to meet it.
Because then the Charger, you just get the lightning bolt, which is fine.
It's good.
It's fine, but the logo,
it's good.
They can't beat the Tampa logo, not the old school Tampa logo, not just a lightning bolt.
Yeah, but the old school Tampa logo is not beating the Raiders logo. They're very similar, but they're not.
They're cousins.
All right, I was going to do this and tell the truth, but we might as well do it now because of what we're talking about. I contend that the best uniforms in sports are the ones that never change. I think if you can go back and look at old highlights of old players and see them in the same uniform, there's something that translates across generations where, for example, because we got NFL Network up on one of these TVs, they were playing the Bo Jackson runs through the Boz game from the Raiders and the Seahawks. And the Seahawks, like their uniforms look super old. The Raiders uniforms, though, you look like you could drop them into today. Yeah. And so there's something that translates across generations.
I support some of that. Where I don't support it is when it comes to Penn State and Alabama. Their uniforms for me are just so blah. Like in the whole, like the tradition, like no. Like they're okay. The uniform, there's nothing there for Penn State and Alabama.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
Maddie wants his last name on that damn jersey.
Right.
I'm not playing for you guys.
All right.
Playing for the name on the back.
In this NIL check.
Matty Ice wants Matty Ice on the nameplate.
I probably want Iceman. Like in the XFL when they had those nicknames, he hate me. I think I'd want Iceman just on the back.
I like it.
Yeah.
But let's see, it'd be Raiders, Packers, Steelers, Cowboys. Will be the four that like never changed.
Chicago.
How much did the Vikings change? You guys didn't change that much, right?
The horn is relatively the same, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And some teams like the Jets, I think, have done like multiple changes.
But
like they flip-flop back and forth.
Yes.
Snip, snap, snip, snap.
Yeah. The face masks change. The colors even of the face masks change. Like I was looking when we had Jack Ham on for Gold Jacket Thursday, like he had, sometimes the Steeler helmet had a gray face mask. And I remember when I was a kid, like the Vikings used to have gray and then it was white. And I really liked the white face mask on the purple helmet. But the Steelers should always have a black face mask.
Have you guys ever done a black uniform in Minnesota, even like an alternate ever? I don't think you guys have you?
No, we've done the stupid.
I hate the all whites.
Oh, how can you hate all white?
With the Vikings?
What's wrong with that?
We've done the black uni with the purple numbers. Like, we've done that.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Okay. What about the old Vikings color rushes with the purple uniform and the yellow numbers?
All right.
The color rushes were cool back in the day. Where the Jaguars had the gold uniforms.
You guys are gonna lie. I grew up with the glossy helmet. I can't stand matte.
The matte?
Can't stand it.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Oh, really? I thought you loved matte helmets.
I don't love them. I like a little shine to it. A lot of shine to it. Like, I wasn't a fan of the Ohio State with the cannonball helmet, as I called it, from years when they rolled those out there.
I hated those.
Those helmets just were not nice to look at. I thought they were horrible.
I don't love a lot of Ohio State's not that they've had a ton of alternate uniforms. I don't like the blackouts. I don't like the scarlet on scarlet pants. Ohio State is I like them just, the bland uniform that's usually got. They got solid home and away, and then I do like the Buckeye leaves on the helmet that are like super
shiny
green.
Oh, those.
The super green.
Okay, I got you.
They got like the thick stripe.
Yeah.
Those alternates, like back when they played like Clemson in the Orange Bowl, like the Taj Boyd game, the Sammy Watkins game, rather.
You don't like the scarlet leaves on the black helmet?
You don't like that? Yeah, I like that.
Oh, that's
shiny
Buckeye
leaves?
Not really.
I mean, if you had to have, it's pretty
That's
good.
the one. I do like
I'm
those.
not that big of a fan of the blackout uniforms for Ohio State. I'm really not.
But the helmet's cool, though.
I'm with AR. I think the helmet is really cool. I usually rock with, like, anybody that throws out an all-white, alternate color rush, whatever you want to label it, I usually like those.
I didn't like in 2009 when they did the numbers on the white helmets.
That was tough.
I know it's a throwback.
I'm with you,
It's
AR.
Nike Pro Combat era?
Yeah, it's a throwback. I actually did like the pants because the pants had the block O near the hip.
The helmet
that
was
actually
a swing
looked
and a
all
miss.
right. It just
helmet was out.
Now I thought it was better than the basically red and gray, the red helmet and the when was that? They threw that out for something. That looked awful, but they're getting paid. Nike's making the choice. They're saying you will wear these because we have to sell them. Like, you brought up this, I love when uniforms stay the same. Yeah, we do. But guess who doesn't? The people that are paying for them. They don't want everything to stay the same. Everything has to have a variation. Look at what they've done with hats.
Well, it's different in college.
I mean, you've worn your team's colors in green and yellow. It's the Oakland A's.
Yeah.
Like, why in the world would you ever do anything opposed in your color?
Correct.
Like, where it would look like another team's colors. I'm not just talking about doing black.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about where you took, let's say, I don't know, the Pittsburgh Steelers and did a green and white. Like
the Jets?
Yeah,
St. Patty's Day special right there.
Maybe that was a bad example, like blue and gold or something.
St. Patrick's Day NBA uniforms used to be it too, by the way, while we're on the topic.
They're doing it because
Knicks, Bulls.
Kids will buy them.
Who else had them?
And adults, like Matty Ice.
And you know what? I forgot. You're
your
their
third
hero
person of the day.
You're their hero of the day. Hey, what older dude can we get into coming by these?
I don't know why I started this stupid third person thing, but now I feel like
you got to continue.
It's a bit now.
Yeah.
Have any of them been on purpose?
You know what's sad? I didn't even realize you just did that again.
Now
that's how normal it is.
When I did it like last Monday or Tuesday, when you guys called me out, and rightfully so, I don't know.
Matty Ice isn't like that.
So ridiculous by me.
Now you got me looking up. Actually, the ones,
Mr. T.
What were the ones, TLC? What were the gray ones that Barrett was wearing with kind of the chrome helmet with the red leaves? It was like a
oh yeah,
a gray, kind of a
that was the
battleship gray
Penn State game of
it was
of 17 because it was my freshman year. Those year at season tickets.
Yeah.
So Penn State.
What would you call those?
I don't know, but they had didn't they have super red shoes or something?
It says here that the dark gray was dubbed Land of Wolves. No.
And then they had the all white. They had the away version of that against Michigan that year.
I like that helmet, though. All right, we got to get to Baker Mayfield next because he wants them to show him the money. We'll talk about it next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Sleep Better Columbus can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Hey, it's Timmy Hall for Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice, Orthopedic One. A couple years ago, I felt like I was breezing through life. I was tearing through rounds of golf, and it hit me. Excruciating hip pain, that would not go away until I saw my friends at Orthopedic One. Then, bye-bye pain. So if you're dealing with constant pain or you suffered an injury, start with the specialist. Start at orthopedic1.com. There's no referral required, and there's several convenient locations in Central Ohio. Schedule your appointment at orthopedic1.com.
That was the moment when I realized I got to do something. I was scheduled to go in for knee surgery, and for the pre-op, they do the blood work. It was determined that I was now type 2 diabetic, and I was severely overweight. Years ago, I could cut back and lose weight, and I was finding it difficult to do that. 2 days into the Awaken 180 program, my daily glucose level went from 170 down to 61. 1 week into the program, I lost 10.5 pounds. That was the eye-opener that I knew this was the right thing for me. They teach you the lifestyle change and how to be smart. I just can't say enough good things about Awaken 180 and the positive effects it has on you. It has completely changed my life.
Thanks, Phil. Austin Ward here, and Phil wanted to share his Awaken 180 story for the same reasons I have for so many years now, to let others know there is a medication-free solution for weight loss. Find your results at awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800.
Hey friends, you could win unmatched views of the match during the Twin Peaks Go for Goal giveaway, all presented by Michelob Ultra and Casamigos. Visit TwinPeaksSoccer.com to enter for your chance to win by June 14th. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
Your plate is full every morning, thanks to the $6 Tim's Trio from Tim Hortons. Freshly brewed coffee, a hearty breakfast sandwich with a freshly cracked egg, and a daily baked donut. All of that for just $6. Yeah, that is a full plate for sure, but it's one less thing on your plate to worry about. So enjoy it to its fullest. The $6 Tim's Trio, only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons, at participating U.S. restaurants.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Sleep Better Columbus has been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results and now has an office open in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
Hey there, I'm Brad. I'm about to win the Tuesday Night Bowling League Championship. I'm also a highway worker for the Ohio Department of Transportation. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can bowl the winning strike with my buddies.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. Remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Brought to you by ODOT, USDOT, NHTSA, and ODPS.
Common Man and Timmy.
And you're going to take a sip of that and say, ooh, mucho. And your nipples are going to pop out of your shirt. Who doesn't enjoy a good fresca?
Common Man and Timmy Afternoons on the Fan is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see scattered showers and storms today, otherwise mostly cloudy skies and warm and muggy with highs in the low 80s. For tonight, we'll still see a chance of showers and storms linger. Overnight lows right around 70 degrees. And then for Wednesday, the best chance of showers and storms will be earlier in the day, otherwise turning partly sunny, hot and humid with highs in the upper 80s and feels like approaching 100 degrees. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
If the sound of another man slammed against plexiglass turns you on, you've come to the right place. Proud to be your home for Jackets hockey. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Anthony can follow direction very well, as long as he first prints out MapQuest. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, these two stories actually tie together. Dylan Gabriel, remember him?
Yeah.
He's now going to be wearing number 6 with the Cleveland Browns.
Just the old Jared Verse number swap here? Is that what's happening?
100% that's what's happening. But what was JOK wearing? Why am I
6?
What did he switch to?
And I don't even know if he's playing ball ever again.
The pup list?
Yeah, I think.
What, he has to give up his number?
I would guess so.
Not an act, yeah.
Like, I guess in my mind, I don't.
Gabriel just swoop in. And
with how significant this neck injury is for JOK, that I'm living in a world where he may not play football ever again. And so, yeah, I guess I'm not surprised that his number would just be up for grabs, because I just think he's not a thought as far as a player on field right now for them.
By the way, if you want to know that our computers and phones are listening to us, I typed in to Google Jere, and it filled in Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Not somebody who I look up on a regular basis.
It is pretty creepy that they're always listening and watching.
But anyway, I'm trying to figure out when the last time he played. So he played half of 2024, missed the second half, missed all of last year. So we're now entering, if he misses all of this year, that'd be 2.5 years removed.
If I type in on my computer Jer, he's the first name that pops up.
All right, let's see what I got.
And then it's Jerome Ford, and then it's Jerry Rice, and then it's Jeremiah Smith.
Not like Jerry Seinfeld?
And then it's Jermaine Jackson.
All right, here's what I got in order. Jersey Mike Subs.
Are they number 3 or 2?
What's in your algorithm?
Jeremiah Smith, Jermaine Jackson, Jeremy Lin, and then Jerry Stiller. And then Jerry Springer.
I wonder if that computer has a memory. Like, just because you're logged in on it doesn't mean that maybe whoever else has been on that computer logged in.
I don't know, though. Like, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is a Golden Domer, so maybe me looking up Notre Dame depth charts has some sort of coordination where there's like, oh, he's in Columbus. We figured out that he likes sports. Yeah. Maybe they know Dylan Gabriel just changed his number to 6. I don't know.
I think you may be onto something with the Notre Dame angle.
And then at least for you, we have food and pop culture. That's kind of slightly.
It's kind of
me. Apparently, it's old athletes and old singers.
Kind of on brand.
All right, so he's wearing 6 though, so that's ironic.
Yeah.
There was a guy that wore 6 there for a while that played the position.
No doubt.
Alanis Morissette.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers starting quarterback Baker Mayfield. It's not a great season, right? It's okay. He had injuries, and he had a pretty bad one. But the one thing you can never say about Baker Mayfield is that he doesn't give everything he has to his team. He does. Right? Gives up his body, carries an offense like he does.
Played hurt in Cleveland when he probably shouldn't have been playing.
Yeah, he let us know that. But most of his best players were injured. So how do we judge this, right? Because if it were just up to the first half of the season, Mayfield was a MVP guy.
To your point, first 9 games of the year, 16 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. He was locked in.
So he's heading into the last year of his contract, and he's got a lot to play for. He's got a lot to play for in that way, and he's got a lot to play for improving from last year. And Mike Evans leaving him for Brock Purdy, I've brought up on the show before. And the contract is a motivator for him. He's always played with a chip on his shoulder. He's always felt like he's had to prove people wrong.
Yeah.
I think that's worked for him for a lot of years. And they're at the table now for a new contract. You have the latest sound from Baker on this.
I do.
Jason Light and the Bucs are sending competitive offers.
Yes, I do. Here it is.
First and foremost, regardless, we built roots here in Tampa. We love the community. We love being here. They've embraced us, and we enjoy being here. And obviously, going to raise kids here. But contract stuff it's happening, starting the talks and whatnot. But not anywhere close to what we were thinking. So Would love to be here long term, and as of right now, that's not exactly the case. But I'm under contract for 2026, and the guys in that locker room, the staff know that I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to do everything.
All right, that fan's loud, but you got what you needed out of that. He said not anywhere close.
What does that mean? It means he wants 50 plus?
Easy.
And he's not getting it?
I think, AR, they're offering him 50.
Mm-hmm.
The question is Baker Mayfield asking for Jordan Love money or Dak Prescott money? Because if he's asking for Jordan Love money, we can do that deal now. I think Jordan Love, what he's getting at $55 million, looking at Baker and what he's done in Tampa, I would be okay with that type of deal. If he's asking for 60, it gets a little scary for me if I'm Tampa. But if I'm Baker, I'm looking at both Trevor Lawrence and Jordan Love and saying, why shouldn't I be worth at least $55 million?
What did Daniel Jones' 2-year deal get him?
Daniel Jones, I believe, got him 45-ish. I don't know if he got to 50.
Let me see.
Let me look that up.
Because that's kind of where I would think they'd want to be. But he's not going to sign that.
They are.
Yeah, 2 years average 44.
Okay, so he's right around 45. Okay. He's not signing that deal either.
I don't think so.
No way.
I don't think he's asking for 60s, but I think he wants mid 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And he probably wants a long-term deal. So, and I don't think I'd want to do that. If you go to Jordan Love's 55 a year or Goff's 53, man,
that's where they have to be.
So you're saying they'll work off Jordan Love's deal?
If I'm Baker, to me, that's the floor.
Because he's never won more than 9 games.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm Baker and his agent, that's where.
It's team game, though.
You and I are going into the ownership, office up down there in Tampa. That's the exact contract I'm looking at. And you tell me why I don't deserve that. Tell me.
Yeah.
He's 31 years old, Baker, as he just turned 31 in April. So I think you do a 3-4 year deal with him. You'll get the rest of his good years.
When he talks about them not even being close, that tells me that
he's asking for Dak money.
60 mil. Well, when you're comparing the market, the quarterback market, yeah.
Mm-hmm. They've done business together before, both parties. I would be very surprised if Tampa and Baker don't figure this out. Again, they handed him that 3-year deal for $100 million. They did that extension. They did a 1-year kind of prove-it deal in 2023. And so they're good on that front because they know what each other kind of asks for and how they like to do business. But this may be a little different because of what you just alluded to. And maybe Baker's looking at the market and even looking at Dak Prescott and saying, why don't I deserve his contract? Tell me why.
Puts him in a tough situation.
So in the last 11 games last year, because remember, Baker Mayfield had that red-hot start where his name,
MVP.
At least amongst fans, were in MVP discussions. I don't think the sports books ever really truly reflected that. But last 11 games last year, the Buccaneers went 3-8, and he averaged 195 yards per game.
It's kind of the Ty Simpson argument that we were hearing, right? Where if you were a Ty Simpson believer early on and throughout the draft process, it was look at the first half of the year, second half of the year, not so much. I just think Baker has a good enough body of work as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer to where I wouldn't have much pause in paying him $55 million right now.
Okay, I'll tell you where I want him to go. What I want him to do. That would be fun for sports.
Play it out.
Reunion. Reunion in Cleveland?
No.
He's coming
No.
Hey,
no.
The Browns might get their 6 wins for you, Rothman. They may not get the number 1 pick.
Exactly.
They may need to sign a free agent instead.
Want me to tell you?
Finish your thought, please.
He plays this year out, and then the Pittsburgh Steelers
I'd love that way
sign
too much.
him back into the North. And then he plays against them, Charlie Sheen, Major League style, and every time I pitch against you, like that's the sports story. That's not going to happen probably because they'll pay him.
Yeah.
But Rodgers is the placeholder for a year.
Yeah.
They clearly aren't that big on the guys they have. Now, Aller's got a shot because they just drafted him, and Will's been there, and he was injured. I'm not saying they couldn't.
But they get bumped for Baker right away.
Right away. That's the story I'd like to see happen.
And kind of knowing Baker the way that we know him to a certain degree and how he's wired, getting a little get back against Cleveland and getting his lick back against them, I think is something that would get him going.
I would sign up for that in 2 seconds.
Okay, he'd be the best quarterback you had since Big Ben was in his prime.
Hard overhead.
Okay. I got him. I got one guy on my side.
I'm with you, too, because based off entertainment alone,
but he's not going
to
He's not going to risk playing it out. He doesn't want to, I don't think.
And I don't think
he wants to stay in Tampa. You heard him, and I think he does.
Correct. And Tampa can't take this risk either, right? They found their guy. You re-sign him and you move on.
All right, we come back in 2 minutes. Jeff Lloyd from the Orange and Brown Report, the Batonio effect, and more. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Nothing feels better on a hot summer day than coming home to a nice air-conditioned house. If your AC is on the fritz, don't sweat it. Call the pros at the Waterworks Heating and Cooling. We service all makes and models and can provide great savings on a Lennox home comfort system that delivers that perfect feeling. The Waterworks Heating and Cooling Services. Call us at 614-232-2222 and schedule fast service today. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results.
Listen to Financially Fit Radio with Corey Sickles this Saturday morning at 9 on 1460 AM, covering topics like what you need to know about annuities and how to stay healthy and enjoy retirement. Financially Fit Radio this Saturday morning at 9 on 1460 AM.
The Reds are on the radio.
Swung on, crushed, high, deep, left field. There it goes. A 3-run go-ahead blast for Eugenio Suarez. They're waving around Friedel. Up throwing Anthony. Throw to the plate, not in time. And the Reds walk it off at 11, 6-5.
The quest for October baseball is underway. Hear all the action all season long on your home of the Reds.
Got this. Breathe. You got this. You got it.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
It's 2026, the year you achieve your health goals. The Good Feet store wants to help. Trade in your bad feet for good feet. We want to help you walk, run, exercise, and play in comfort this year. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road in Grove City.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Maddie ranked the most dynamic duo of all time, Caesar Salad and Moscow Mule. This is Rothman and Ice.
Oh, busy times up in Cleveland. Our guy's always on the case. Jeff Lloyd will be with us in moments from the Orange and Brown Report. So, Browns are going to be in Jacksonville in week 1. And the starting offense... And I certainly backed the wrong horse. There's going to be a ton of rookies on this team. The rebuild is here.
Yeah.
And it's even more serious than before.
Todd Monken told us when he came in, right? Like he knew this offense was going to have to get built from the ground up. You look at the effort by Andrew Berry and company over the last 2 off seasons. They really have been aggressive trying to get this offense going, whether it's the playmakers, whether it's the addition last year of Fannin and Quinshon in this offense, and then you turn the page to how aggressive they were addressing the offensive line, and then obviously what they did in the draft in the first 2 rounds with Concepcion and Denzel Boston. They're trying to get this offense going as quickly as possible. They've invested a lot of resources in it over the last 2 years.
Let's go and talk to our guy, Jeff. He's on the Bryan Heating Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. My man, it's good to have you back.
How we doing today, fellas?
Outstanding. Let's start with just today's news. So, Dylan Gabriel, you remember him. He's still there. Wearing number 6, so Verse gets his number 8, and that means where is JOK? Is that gone? Is that why 6 was available? I guess I didn't know that it would be available.
Well, this is one of those things, and maybe we're going to see where this goes, further on into the summer, and maybe if we get closer to the regular season. Because I would think if JOK technically is on the roster, even though with the medical. I guess the medical term and obviously why he's not going to be with the team this year. Is it okay then to duplicate the number? Me personally, I think in the grand scheme of things, I still believe Dylan Gabriel, once we, start talking about September and the regular season, I just don't know if there's a world where Dylan Gabriel's here anymore. So the fact that, you just found a jersey to put him in kind of feels like it's much ado about nothing right now.
All right, let's get your thoughts on some other news that broke today, and that's the official announcement of Joel Bitonio hanging it up in retiring. So your thoughts on the impact of that, but then also we've seen them address the offensive line throughout this offseason and how you think they're going to be able to recover from losing a guy like Bitonio.
I think when you got to this point in the season and you see all the work the Browns did, obviously whether it was free agency, of course, whether it was the draft, I think the ultimate belief was, if Joe Bitonio was going to play in 2026, it probably was not going to be with Cleveland. But we're talking about a guy who's 12 years now, and certainly an excellent career. I know people want to start, the Hall of Fame talk and stuff like that. It gets really difficult, when you're on a franchise because, as much as we all appreciate and respect everything Joel did, you wonder how big of a name he was essentially in league circles with, the team just not being overly competitive during his, 12 years with the team. But even still, though, I mean, most of us agree this team is not, going to be, a playoff contending team this year. So for Joel to come back for a 13th year, for what might not, be, might just be yet another year of, basically a career that, was played maybe in anonymity because they never really got the spotlight, that a good team, a successful team would. I think it's going to feel better and sit better with everybody that, Joel is going to go the way Joe Thomas did, that it was just fully a career in Cleveland. I think people will get over the Myles Garrett stuff, eventually. But it'll hurt a little bit that, Myles is going to continue his career somewhere else. I got the opportunity to do an episode with Joel years ago, and, he had every intention on a lengthy career, and at the time he wanted to stay in Cleveland. It's just a thing. Some guys are just generally happy sometimes with where they are, and it's not so much necessarily about chasing the greener grass.
All right, Jeff, let's talk about where that leaves them. So they got a free agency signing in Johnson. He could go right guard. Jenkins, I guess, left. You've got a couple of you got Titus Howard, who they have now. You have Spencer Fennell, obviously their big draft pick. He will start. And so I'd ask you with Jenkins at left, and then you throw in a late rounder at center. I mean, how worried, how concerned should whoever is playing quarterback be?
Well, I mean, the success of the Cleveland Browns offensive line in 25 and 24, even when it was pretty well paid and had some names that a lot of people knew, it wasn't overall that successful. I think the thing that's, hopefully going to lead to a little bit, better, more successful, more competitive offense here for the Cleveland Browns is going to be, Quinshawn Judkins building on, what looked good in his rookie year. I heard you guys mention, Concepcion in Boston. That's going to be, in my opinion, crucial. Look, the more skilled players you have, the better your skill talent is. You can maybe get away with your offensive line not being top shelf. The division's certainly going to be a little bit different this year. And I think, nobody really knows the way the AFC North is going to go this year. I think you have questions kind of about everybody. And, you look at a team like Cincinnati where it looks like it's pretty good, but it's always kind of had been the same discussion every year going into this. But I think the Browns are just going to be better overall offensively in 2026. And it's because there's just going to be more threats, more skilled guys out there, guys that are capable of doing things with the ball in their hands, regardless of who the quarterback is. If you go with Watson, obviously, there was a ton of experience. There isn't much lately. Shador, for whatever stance people want to take on him, there was some good with some of the bad, last year. And, there's a lot of guys here that Shador did get to play with last year. So there's an opportunity just to build up those relationships here in the offseason. And, better overall product offensively. Certainly losing a guy like Joel doesn't help, and all the other guys that basically went out the revolving door, Conklin, of course, and, Wyatt Teller and all of it. But, if this team is a year or two away, there's really no reason to be, working with these veterans anymore. It's trying to hopefully build up what could be that next offensive line for the next 3 to 5 seasons.
You touched on some of the threats on offense that we could be watching ball out this year. One guy I was thinking about, Jeff, was Isaiah Bond, and I couldn't wait to get your thoughts on maybe a role he could carve out this year. he watched them bring in Denzel Boston and Concepcion. Obviously, that's not great news for him, but he's a guy that coming out of Texas was obviously very talented playing alongside Matthew Golden. So when it comes to Isaiah Bond within this offense this year, what type of role do you think he could have?
Yeah, and Bond was, I'll be honest here. I was very, very difficult on Bond early in the season. There were just some like poor habits and stuff that should have been coached out by the time that, his age, obviously, missed the draft process with what was going on, but eventually did it up with Cleveland. Jumping for passes you didn't need to jump for. But the thing is you really saw Bond pick it up when Shedeur finally got to the field. And Bond, most of the game is vertical. And, that's fine. The thing is, if he can't get successful with what he's comfortable with, which is the vertical game, and he had taste of it last year, as we all got to see, now you're working and honing your game with a little bit more confidence. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, I can't just be a one-trick pony. I can't just run 9 routes. I've got to be able to do stuff between the hash marks. I got to be able to do things between the 5 to 10 yards from the line of scrimmage mark. And I think for Isaiah Bond, we're starting to see a little bit, just a little we've gotten to see to this point here. And, look, there is a little bit of pressure, obviously. A guy like Concepcion, similar type of game. Not necessarily that these wide receivers are not going to be used in several avenues. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to play outside. You got to be able to play inside. I think that's the look that Monken is going for. Basically, you don't know what's coming. Just because somebody's lined up at the slot doesn't necessarily mean he's only doing certain things. I want to be able to run the whole playbook, but I also want to be able to maneuver my guys around and try to create the best advantages for him. But I think Isaiah Bond, it was definitely, I would say, a rookie year for him that kind of 180'd for him. Look, as a lot of things started falling apart for the Browns towards the end of the regular season, once Shedeur got in there, Isaiah Bond was a guy that maybe, all of a sudden things started to look better for, not necessarily for most other players on that offense as the season went on.
Well done, brother. I know you're on it. We'll have so much to talk about this summer. We appreciate you, pal. Have a great day.
Gentlemen, you guys have a great afternoon.
To Jeff Lloyd, Orange and Brown Report on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. All right, we come back, and could a very controversial coach be back himself? We'll tell you that next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
A lot of hosts have been on our airways in the past 30 years. Some good, some bad, some really bad. Anyway, sorry for that. The Fan.
No one plans to get into an accident, but when it happens, we strive in making life easier for you. This is Justin Hinderer. The Hinderer Motor Company Collision Center is ICAR certified and certified by many manufacturers to provide the best quality repair available. All of our repairs come with a lifetime warranty. We have our own 24/7 towing service, so you never have to wait. Plus, we offer on-site rental cars for every lifestyle. At Hinderer Motor Company, we love what moves you.
Take a vacation from high interest rates this summer. With a special rate on balance transfers at BMI Federal Credit Union, you can put more money back in your pocket this summer. Visit bmifcu.org/consolidate to transfer your high interest credit cards today.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hello, I'm Ozempic. And I'm other GLP-1s, kind of like him. Hey, are you shaking a maraca?
No, I'm shaking the pill version of Ozempic, which no one should ever do except in ads like this.
A nice disclaimer.
Hey, thanks. Ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of the Ozempic pen or pill may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide tablets, 9 milligrams, and Ozempic semaglutide injection, 2 milligrams.
There's a pill version of Ozempic.
When sudden illness or injury strike, Ohio State offers 3 types of urgent care to meet any of your needs. From traditional urgent care to our specialized orthopedic urgent care for activity-related injuries and advanced urgent care for more serious injury and illness. Our experts treat everything from broken bones to ear infections and colds and flu. Ohio State Urgent Care. This is world-class care.
Hey,
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Bring your landscape back to life with an unbeatable deal from Ohio Mulch. 5 bags of premium mulch for just $10. You choose from absolute black, brown, or red to make your flowers pop and your curb appeal shine. Visit ohiomulch.com to find a location near you.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Sleep Better Columbus has been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results and now has an office open in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
We got a higher home appraisal after we put away our African art and family photos.
Has this happened to you because of race or national origin? Contact HUD at hud.gov/fair housing. A message from HUD and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Whoa, what's all this? These screens, the food?
All for the game, bro.
Dude, let us pitch in.
No need. I've got it all covered. With T-Mobile, I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet.
No way. Really?
Yep, and the price of my plan won't change for 5 years.
Wow, I'm definitely switching to T-Mobile.
Goal!
Here to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle fast, easy to set up, all-in 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. And your plan price? Guaranteed for 5 years. Stay connected con tu gente and catch every match with T-Mobile. Join now at T-Mobile.com. Price guarantee on talk, tax, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits may take up to 2 bill cycles and will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no! Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Maddie's favorite show is Big Brother. Don't read into it. He's only watching strangers through hidden cameras. You're listening to Rothman and Creepy Stalker Guy.
Oh, Stanley Cup back on tonight. Game 4. Exciting stuff. Very exciting. I mean, it's as good as it gets this series.
They go up 3-1.
They go to should.
I might say something tomorrow.
Well, they go to should, and I'll be very disappointed if you do. Because if you've watched anything of the first 3 games, you know you can't say anything about anybody. But if they do go up 3-1, they're certainly in an unbelievable spot, forcing the Canes to have to beat them 3 times, even though 2 of the 3 would be at home. And Game 7 then would be in Carolina. So
wait, so you're saying they go up 3-1? I come in here tomorrow.
If you even,
it's going to make you cringe if I say the 3 most magical words in sports radio.
Do not jinx him. I think you like him, and I don't think you should do that. I don't think you should do that.
Oh, my goodness. Am I going to be tempted?
not even mental hedging. I'm not even betting Carolina. I don't want to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I know I have nothing to do with it, and you have nothing to do with it. But there's something in a sports fan's mind that says, let's not anger any of the hockey gods. I already angered them the other night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just feeling all. No, I wasn't feeling perfect, but everyone is floating pretty good at 4-0. That was.
How about this? I'm not going to make you any promises. Anyway, I'm not going to make you a promise right now. No. Win or lose. I'm not going to say win, AR.
Or lose, we booze.
The way, well, that's always a good rule to live by. If they dominate this game tonight, I'm probably going to say it.
Don't say it.
If they dominate, I'm not going to be able to help myself.
There's no
up 3-1.
It's not a carryover effect.
Don't say it.
Just don't do it. Why do you think I've kept this stupid beard?
First of all, it's not stupid. You've got nothing but love and compliments.
It's going away the second this series is over.
Please don't do that.
And
I'm kind of ready for it to go too.
Yeah,
because I see your picture up on the slideshow, and it's almost like
different dude.
It's like
it's a new and improved.
That was Rothman
I
forever.
got sick of looking so young.
That was Rothman forever, and now it's like I don't even recognize the Rothman who I knew for like a year and 2 months.
I don't want to go back.
However long it was.
I don't want to go back. I'm here for AR 2.0.
This was USA gold. I'll keep it. Or if they win gold, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I did it. Then it was all right. Let's see if the Blue Jackets make the playoffs. They didn't, but 8 games prior, Torts gets hired by Vegas. So I got to keep the playoff beard. and the Knights just refuse to end their season, so I've kept it. So
this is tough.
I am not doing that, and you're not saying those words, and we're going to have a pact here today. You don't get to say it. I don't get to shame,
TLC,
and it's all good.
They go BTA on Carolina tonight?
They're not. Let me tell you something.
I'm saying it.
This game's in Vegas tonight, and Carolina's the favorite.
Okay.
Now, you tell me why. I don't like Mondays. And tell me why that this is happening. Because I will tell you that I don't even know who they're starting tonight. Freddie gets benched. Bussy comes in and plays his butt off. I haven't seen anything on that yet.
No, me either.
And I'll tell you what, if they would have won Game 3, I think they stay with Bussy. I think he goes back to Freddie. I do.
Kruger?
He's been consistent with him. I think that it's one of those decisions, the Carolina goalie decision. Maybe, I don't know, have you seen it anywhere? Their decision tonight?
No, but I can give it a shot.
So Freddie Anderson got pulled, and he's actually... Now, here's what I will say. He got to jump on more rest, but he shouldn't be tired. That's a wash. He had 10 days after round 1. He had 11 days after the second round. He's going to have 2 days and 2 periods plus. He's fine. Rod Brindamore has consistently gone back to him, and he's the big reason they're here. But he also hasn't been great. Mm-hmm. And Brandon Bussy, who came out of nowhere, Rod said don't expect any lineup changes or many. But I think he's holding his cards really close to the vest because Anderson's regular season was not great. He had an .874 save percentage. Bussy was .895. But 31-6-2? I can't deny that. The dude's a winner.
That'll work.
And I want winners. And if I'm them, I hop on the bus, Bussy. And
that makes sense.
But I don't think he's gonna. Okay. He's gone consistently back to Freddie.
Yeah.
Brendan Moore says, I want to keep it quiet. There's only a suspenseful thing around here that I have to hold on to. It seems to have taken on a life of its own. I kind of enjoy it.
Okay.
Right, so he likes playing keep away.
He doesn't enjoy it. He knows it's game. He knows he doesn't want Torts in Vegas to have any clue. That's why you do it. And that's why you don't say anything about anybody that's either hurt or a decision. You hold it. So that's
Does that change anything on Vegas's end, though?
Well, preparing for a certain goalie,
I'm not,
and where you can exploit them, glove side, blocker side, like there's a lot of analytics that go into where you should shoot on a goalie. And
I guess
he was very good the other night.
Are you asking like we're at a point to where there's so much information on both guys already?
That can't be that much. Like Bussy hasn't faced a game shot in 2 months.
No, I understand. I'm just saying, maybe that's what you're leaning towards a little bit.
It's the naivete of my X's and O's on hockey. But, if you have a general strategy for either one, you take the ice and see one in net. Okay, we're doing left strategy today. All right, now we're doing the right strategy. So it's like it's more gamesmanship than actually affecting the outcome of the game, in my opinion. But, why not?
Either way, Carolina's a slight favorite tonight. I did want to mention this, that Mike Babcock, our old friend Mike Babcock, is being pursued heavily by the Edmonton Oilers. There's a lot of scrutiny in this hire, as we know his past. I wonder if he's viewed a little higher than what he really is. Babcock hasn't won a round in the playoffs for 13 years. This isn't anything. I'll give him his career. It's been good. He's had a cup. He was loaded every year in Detroit. I could even make the case right now that he underachieved in Detroit. He was loaded. Datsuk, Zetterberg, Lidstrom. He had them all forever.
Some squads,
yeah. He went to Toronto and did nothing.
Yeah.
And he's a smart guy. That's why the Jackets hired him. He's smart. Sometimes he's too smart. And that's what happened here. He plays games with players he doesn't have to. You've been around too. You don't have to do that. But this is what I'll tell you. There's no way they're making that hire without going to Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl.
No question.
Especially McDavid. So if this is going to happen, McDavid approved it.
Did I see that McDavid's got his, fifth?
Yeah.
Fifth MVP of the league? And I think Wayne's the only player in the history of the sport that's got 5. Did I see that the other day? Which was I know this guy's great, but...
You did see it.
Okay.
It was, the Ted Lindsay.
He and the great one, the only ones with a handful of those in the history of the sport. So you're absolutely right. That guy... You're not blindsiding him with that type of decision, especially with a guy like Babcock coming in to where there may be probably not even there probably is some guys around the league that are like, oh, really, that guy? Do we really want to play for him? And you just want to make sure Connor McDavid's on board with it.
Edmonton wants to win.
That's it.
They have to win.
Yeah.
And they weren't waiting for Vegas to release Cassidy. And this is one of those things that they don't care about PR. Zach Hyman played for him in Toronto. I'm sure he gave him a decent endorsement. I think that we're at a point where Edmonton is like, if you can get an experienced coach who's won before, my feeling is, and they probably can't wait, but it would be amazing if Vegas won and then they were interested in Torts. If Vegas said they didn't want to, helped us win a cup, that's awesome. And then you get Torts to Edmonton. That would be incredible.
Torts is in a situation where he's got some leverage going into the offseason. Vegas, you want to lose me?
I'm sure he wants to stay regardless.
Run it
up. So that's the news on that. Mike Babcock, once we thought he was out, they might pull him back in, just like Torts.
It's a tale as old as time in sports, right? When you achieve something at the highest of levels, whether you're a coach or a player, there's going to be opportunities for you down the line. And sometimes these players and coaches can get in some sticky stuff, whether it's off the field, locker room stuff, whatever it may be. And there's going to be owners that say, that guy knows how to get it done, that player knows how to get it done, so I'm going to give him another chance.
Well, these teams start running out of dudes that are experienced. You start running out of candidates. And that's the problem that Edmonton is going to have with the Kings hiring Peter Laviolette and Cassidy they can't really negotiate with until the series is over, and maybe they just don't want to wait.
Maybe.
And they don't want to lose out. I don't think you'd lose out on Babcock. I think he'd be available probably at any point, but here we are.
Crazy.
Could be back in the league.
Wow.
All right, we're going to come back top of the hour. We'll hit a deep dive, and a certain star player has put some internal pressure on a unit on his own team. You'll hear that next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Before the lights go down, before the first chord hits, start your night the right way with Jameson Irish Whiskey at the ultimate pre-concert party. Join us at the O-On Lane for ice-cold drinks, great vibes, and the smooth taste of Jameson flowing all night long. Grab your crew, raise a glass, and get concert ready with Jameson specials, music, and the kind of energy that only happens before the show. Jameson at the O-On Lane, where the night really begins. Drink responsibly. Taste responsibly. Jameson Irish Whiskey, product of Ireland. 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. Copyright 2025. Imported by John Jameson Import Company, New York, New York.
If you don't have Friday, June 12th circled on your calendar, get out a marker, circle that 12. Hollywood Casino Columbus is the place to be. Scotty Vegas here, and we're going to be cheering on Team USA in the sportsbook with a big watch party at 9 o'clock. Contest, prizes, plus the all-new Hollywood Casino Columbus Hotel grand opening is June 12th. Brett Michaels live, fireworks, swag, food trucks, and our watch party. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver, leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
Experience the adrenaline of Barrett Jackson in Columbus, Ohio, June 25th to 27th. See hundreds of no-reserve collector cars cross the auction block, interactive sponsor displays, and a wide selection of food and drinks. It's an exciting, high-octane event for fans of all ages. Tickets on sale now at barrett-jackson.com.
Hey, Weekend Warriors, Austin Ward here. You want to know when your body starts talking back on a golf course? Cart path only. Suddenly your ball is 80 yards across the fairway. You're hiking over there with 3 clubs, and by the time you get to it, you're not thinking birdie. You're wondering if the course has an urgent care. And that's the point. It's not just the scorecard. It's the whole day. Walking 18 without feeling like you're in a survival show. Bending down to read a putt without making that noise. getting home, and still having enough left in the tank for the kids, the yard, the cooler, all of it. That's why Awaken 180 makes sense. It's a medication-free solution with weekly weight loss, support, and yes, free support for life. You may not fix your slice overnight, but drop 30, 40, even 50 pounds, and the game, plus life after the game, feels better. Take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame. Make the call, 844-346-1800, or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey there, Bo Bishop here. Tired of the same old routine? It's time to escape with an RV from RCD RV. Motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, they've got them all. Shop hundreds of RVs in stock today. 3 locations in Central Ohio to serve you, or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Tomorrow, some of us will wake up and it will be our last day on this earth. It will be unexpected and without warning. Each year, 250,000 people will die from medical malpractice, the third leading cause of death in America. 43,000 will die in a car or truck crash. 6,000 will die working on the job. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, and we represent many of these families. It's awful. Unfortunately, many times some of these family members are not speaking and never get to say, I'm sorry or goodbye. If you're at odds with a loved one, listen closely. Pick up the phone. Call them. Say you're sorry. I promise a huge burden will be lifted from your heart and your soul will be renewed. Even if you're not wrong in your own mind, it doesn't matter. Death is bad enough. Death without closure and love will follow you the rest of your days. Trust me on this. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Tyler Danberg with Week 1 versus Ball State on September 5th, 88 days away. Ohio State football announced it will open 3 practices to fans August 6th through the 8th. Gates open each day at 8 a.m. with practice from 9 to noon. Tickets start at $48. NFL Browns guard Joel Bitonio is retiring after 12 seasons. The 5-time All-Pro played 178 games in the Orange and Brown, 9th most in team history. Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. Vegas hosts Carolina tonight at 8, leading 2-1. Baseball tonight. Guardians host the Yankees at 6:40. Reds look to snap a 5-game skid to the Padres at 9:40. In soccer, the Crew acquired a 2026 international roster slot from LAFC for defender Yevhen Sheberko. This update sponsored by Ramos Roofing. Request for your free roof or exterior assessment today at RamosRoofingOhio.com. Ramos Roofing, reliable, local, built right.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Orthopedic One, Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice. Find a physician or location near you at orthopedic1.com.
All right, third hour, Rothman and Ice. Bobby Carpenter at 2:30. TLC gave him a backstage pass. He'll be on the horn today. So we will talk with him a lot about the Sorsby stuff. I can't wait to get his opinion on that. I'm going to run my theory by him of, how much do teams want to go programs want to go all in on this against Texas Tech, and then knowing that one day maybe they'd have a player that's in a little bit of hot water, and then would they not fight for that player?
I think these examples are few and far between. So I think, is it a risk that you're taking, I guess, to a certain degree as a university by doing this? Like if you want to be the whole conference and that being the Big Ten as a whole that wants to say we're not scheduling Texas Tech for anything because of Brendan Sorsby, then yeah, obviously you're hoping that doesn't happen. But I think it's something that I would sign off on, because we can't, Texas Tech just getting away with this scot-free is just not how this should go. Like, I understand that obviously there is a penalty, but it's a very, very light penalty in my opinion with 2 games that he has to miss. Like, I don't even care about the opponent. It's just the game total itself is a joke to me. And so, yeah, I kind of support the Big Ten in this, and won't be surprised if there's other conferences that follow this as well. Maybe the SEC too.
Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is I feel like we're only going to hear more about dudes gambling.
You think this is going to just open up a can of worms here?
No, I just think it's out there. I assume that there's guys gambling on every team. Now, like I said earlier, could this be the wake-up call? It might be, even though he didn't really get sacked by it yet.
Yeah.
But I think guys might not want to be going through this. And maybe there are guys right now that have been betting through their friends or family. They're like, hey, let's slow our roll a little bit. Let's suspend our business for a while. And that's why when programs go all in against another player on another team for the good of the sport, I like that. I want to see if they really will put their money where their mouth is and do it. But I think people thought we were okay. The NCAA says he was done. He was ineligible. I don't think anybody thought he'd win the lawsuit. I didn't.
No.
And then,
me too.
But he got a little allegedly favorable treatment. And I don't know why. I mean, he basically forfeited his right to all this training and coaching and the way to get to the next part of his future as a football player. And why some judge felt like he was being wronged is amazing to me, but here we are. All right, I'm gonna say this team, and you guys tell me whether you want to answer contender or fringe contender.
Okay, so we're splitting hairs here. So some all good teams. All good teams I think you're going to mention.
Yeah.
But I think there's obviously a difference.
Yeah.
Or can we say all-out pretender?
Yeah.
Is that category number 3?
Well, there's like guaranteed playoff team.
Okay.
In the mix team.
Let me jot these down.
Fringe contender.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going locks in the mix.
Locks in the mix.
And fringe contender.
And fringe.
All right.
The lunatic fringe. All right. Let's go to... Yeah, I don't think there's another category we have to do. What?
What's wrong with you, man?
What?
I just thought that was good.
Great. I didn't.
Hey, comedy's unexpected. That was unexpected.
Yeah.
That was good.
All right. So where should I start? I'll start with... Well, I'll do a few teams because I know we want to deep dive a little bit on another. But I'm trying to come up with some interesting ones maybe that you guys can decide.
Okay.
The New England Patriots.
They're in the mix.
Not a lock.
Yeah, they're in the mix.
I thought
I'm leaning in.
I
want to
thought
see
A.J. Brown and Romeo Dobbs. I thought that
I do like those additions. You know, I like those additions. The first thing that came to my mind is I want to see them maneuver a tougher schedule this year. That's all. That's it. I think
nothing with the coach and distract. Like I don't think that's.
I'm not too caught up in that. I think Drake he may not play at an MVP 2 level the way that he played this year, but I think he'll be a top 12-ish guy. So yeah, I think they'll be in the mix. I just think the schedule this year is going to provide more speed bumps for them.
Mix.
Okay.
Oh, so you're a mixed guy too. You're not a playoff lock.
Yeah, too much went right for them to go from I think it was either 3-14 or 4-13, whichever one it was, to going 14-3, and then the cupcake schedule. I kind of do buy that, and especially with drawing a backup quarterback in the AFC Championship game. Too much went correct. There's got to be a regression.
All right, I'm a little higher on them than you guys, but okay.
While we're here, 3 of the first 4 games are on the road. Their first 4 games at Seattle, home against Pittsburgh, at Jacksonville, at Buffalo.
Those are 4 playoff teams.
They hope to split them.
So they got to get to it right away this year.
Hope you go 500 there. The San Francisco 49ers.
In the mix. In the mix for me. Very, very
Evans
tough
now.
Division.
Bosa and Warner being healthy-ish.
We got to see Bosa.
You know what? Contender. San Francisco dealt with a myriad of injuries last year, and I still thought that they were a pretty good team.
Wait, so are you saying fringe contender or lock?
Oh, lock.
Okay.
Yeah, playoff lock, I think, is where I was going with that.
All right, I'll go in the mix.
I mean, like, candidate to make a run.
The big if is Bosa and Warner, and I think that...
And Evans.
I just like the way they played without him. Like, I was surprised sometimes.
The only reason why not the only reason, but one of the reasons why I'm saying in the mix is because of what I still think Seattle and the Rams are going to be. The 49ers could be a really good team by record, like they were last year.
They were 12-5, the Niners.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if they're running that back. So I
don't know. I look at it maybe the opposite way.
I just think those 3 teams are obviously really, really good. And then you zoom out from that and you include the entire NFC North, 2 teams from the NFC East that I think are going to be really, really good. I just think to me, that's an in-the-mix team based off of what's around them.
Green Bay Packers.
Fringe.
I agree. We're all in on that.
Yeah.
Their schedule is crazy tough.
And we don't know when we see Micah and what that's going to look like when we do see him. It doesn't sound like he's going to be ready to start the season, that being Micah Parsons. So
they added some past their prime defender guys that might help them, but
and they have more injury issues from last year that I'm concerned about.
I like Tucker Kraft. Anytime touchdown.
Tucker Kraft, he's out for the year.
Long
live Tucker Kraft.
My favorite drop, honestly. Did I see the other day, fellas, that Christian Watson got another bag?
Yes,
he did. While you were gone,
this guy
he did get paid.
They hit him with,
but he's a
good player.
He's good.
Shout out to TD over there, Tyler Danberg.
Did he drop him off a meal in the middle of a segment?
Yeah, I think he did.
He offered.
I think he did because during the break, we're honoring Dom Taberry here around the station, right? So Dom's going to be switching up some things with his schedule. He'll still be in the mix, but there was a nice luncheon.
Is he on the fringe or in the mix?
He's still going to be in the mix.
I think he's
believe
in the
Dom
mix.
will be.
Might be more of a lock.
So we heard during the break that there's food somewhere, and so TLC's getting his little guys
his little
around
errand
here.
boy to go get him some
Reimer
food.
and Tyler, go get me some food and bring it to me so I can eat it live.
What is it?
It's Carfagna's, if I'm not mistaken.
What are you eating?
Well, it's Dom Taberry.
Pasta
so it's
and what else?
Pasta and bread. It's Italian food.
I don't see any bread on that plate.
Let me tilt
there it
it
is.
so without it falling.
What else?
That's it.
Oh, it's just pasta and bread.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, carbs.
Yeah, I thought maybe there was a protein on that plate, but all right, we'll send your little errand kid to get you something else.
For AR. And what AR is saying, without saying
Tyler.
it, tell Tyler to go get me a plate.
You need to step and fetch for a little pasta. Hey, dance the plate over here like you danced it over to TLC.
Well, then you should have him as a guest on your show like I had him on my show on Sunday.
Oh, man. Well, we have a trivia off that we've got going on, right? We still got to pay off on that. Where you've got TLC on your team and I've got...
Make it three-way, dude. Isaiah Jacobs about that.
Oh, he's about that life?
He's good.
Oh, okay.
TLC, we're sitting in the media center on Sunday. Hot, humid. You had just gotten off the air, and he comes down, and they're all talking about this trivia thing they were doing, and they called it, "Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader Sports Trivia?"
Yeah.
Right?
Football edition.
Yeah. So then I said, all right, give me the exam.
Ooh.
And it wasn't easy.
That show used to humble me.
But I don't think was accurate the way they.
Okay.
Yeah, the fifth grade part. But
yeah,
I did okay with it though. I did better than I thought I would.
Yeah, you made it all the way. Basically, just like the first grade questions are the easiest, the fifth grade questions are the hardest. Now, I wouldn't actually expect a fifth grader to know these answers,
right?
But just it's relative to the game.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll stick with Tyler Danberg.
Isaiah Jacob is a lifeline that you want on your team.
He's sticking with Danberg.
Yeah, I'm
locked in.
I'm gonna honor my word. I picked Tyler to start. I'm gonna stick with him.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick with him. We stopped at the Packers.
Knee-jerk reaction on a few more.
Let's do it in the pre-snap reads.
We'll do it in the pre-snap, and then we'll get into hearing from a guy who says we're going to be great if these guys come to the table. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. If your air conditioner never seems to turn off, worn-out windows could be the culprit. Broken seals and old frames let your cool air escape, and with summer just getting started, it's only going to get hotter. Upgrade your house's windows now during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine replacing all your windows and getting half of them for free. Plus, you could even get them with no money down and no monthly payment or interest for 2 years. Built with top-quality materials, insulated glass, and precision seals, Window Nation's windows fit perfectly and lock in the air. Upgrade today and your home will stay cooler this summer and warmer in the winter. Plus, your home stays comfortable year-round, and you could even see lower energy bills the first month. They're so good, Window Nation offers a lifetime warranty, and they're rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale going on now. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com to book a consultation. That's windownation.com. Window Nation, a proud partner of Wounded Warrior Project.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. At Germain Toyota of Columbus, it's all about you, your drive, your style, and your budget. Stop in and see Marcello. He'll get you rolling. Germain Toyota of Columbus on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road. Or check them out online at germaintoyota.net.
Common Man here. Join me June 20th for the Common Man Mile at this year's Fan 5K in Westerville. Get signed up at 971therace.com.
The 97.1 The Fan 5K is presented by Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, and the Common Man Mile is sponsored by Rose Pest Solutions. Rose Pest Solutions has been protecting Columbus homes and businesses for over 165 years. Got a pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
When sudden illness or injury strike, Ohio State offers 3 types of urgent care to meet any of your needs. From traditional urgent care to our specialized orthopedic urgent care for activity-related injuries and advanced urgent care for more serious injury and illness. Our experts treat everything from broken bones to ear infections and colds and flu. Ohio State Urgent Care. This is world-class care.
At Bank of America, we support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge. What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
A message from Tia Mori, actress and Fair Celebrity Ambassador.
Game day isn't staged, it's lived. It's the shopping, the cooking, the laughter. For families managing food allergy, preparation means everything. It's knowing the signs, having a plan, and carrying epinephrine everywhere life takes you. Because readiness doesn't take away the risk, it brings back the joy. When you're ready to act, you're ready to live.
Visit foodallergy.org/ready to act to learn more.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
Your favorite fan shows are available as a podcast. What a concept. And don't miss exclusive podcast content like Austin and Byrne. Listen on your schedule from anywhere in the world. Available wherever you get your podcasts. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see scattered showers and storms today, otherwise mostly cloudy skies and warm and muggy with highs in the low 80s. For tonight, we'll still see a chance of showers and storms linger. Overnight lows right around 70 degrees. And then for Wednesday, the best chance of showers and storms will be earlier in the day, otherwise turning partly sunny, hot and humid with highs in the upper 80s and feels like approaching 100 degrees. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Bobby Carpenter demands that you watch Morning Juice on YouTube. If you don't, Tito will move into your house.
Live at 6 a.m. on YouTube and streaming on the Fan app.
Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, here's the one I really wanted to get into. So let's just jump into this. Let's jump right into it.
For the folks that are just jumping in with us, AR, lay out what the experiment is that we're doing right now.
Lock playoff team.
In the mix playoff team.
Or a fringe team.
There we go. There we go.
As far as the playoffs go.
Now you can play along.
All right, so if I gave you one of these two teams and said you get them, and the team that goes the furthest wins the bet.
Okay.
And I offered you the Dallas Cowboys or the Cincinnati Bengals. Who are you taking? I mean, you know what Dallas's offense was. All cylinders, just firing. The defense, bad. they're
kind of mirror
eerily
each
similar.
other.
Correct.
Yes.
You sign Rashawn Gary and Durant. That's a big start. You draft Caleb Downs. Obviously, we expect instant impact.
Yeah.
If George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb do what they did last year,
this is a great question.
I'm probably grabbing. I probably shouldn't do this because I think the AFC is it stronger? Well, no, it really isn't. Now with Seattle and LA,
there's a lot of equal parts here for me with the Bengals and the Cowboys, except for one spot. I trust number 9 than I do more than I do number 4. I'm going to lean towards Cincinnati because of that. It can't be I feel better about one defensive unit than the other right now. And so
both conferences are fairly even. I would give a lean to the AFC with Buffalo and Baltimore and Kansas City bouncing back and the Chargers.
Yeah.
So I would give them probably a little, and New England, who I mentioned earlier, I'd give the AFC maybe a little tougher conference. In the NFC, the Rams, Seahawks certainly. We mentioned the Niners, Philly.
The whole North for me is legit.
Detroit, Green Bay, Chicago, and the Vikes.
Yeah, those are all.
So are you tagging that with a when healthy?
I think that's appropriate. Yeah, that's appropriate. I'll lean towards Cincinnati, AR, over Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, Boye Mafe, Brian Cook, Jonathan Allen, Trey Leaves. Secondary's better.
DJ Turner's a dog on the outside.
Defensive line is...
Wait and see.
Yeah, wait and see.
Wait and see. But
maybe it works out.
Are you leaning Cincy or Dallas?
Leaning Cincy.
Yeah, me too.
I'm leaning Cincy also with their schedule. You know, I'm a big schedule guy.
Mm-hmm.
But Jamar Chase is not afraid to put the pressure on the other side of the football. TLC, let him hear it.
I got the quotes here for you. Blah, blah, blah. I got to scroll up. So because at the end of the day, we got to the Super Bowl in 21 and we never went back. So expectations have always been high since 2021. But now that we've improved our defense a little more, the expectations have gone up for the defense to show us what they could do. So that's a little bit of pressure.
There's no doubt about it. This, fellas, to me is a nicer version of what Chase Brown said after I don't know if it was the Bears or the Jets game. I believe it was one of those games where he called out the defense for how much of a joke it was. This is a nicer way of saying that. And I'm all in on this because this is the reality of their situation. And the defense knows it. And I don't have an issue at this point with the leaders of the offense voicing these type of opinions because they cannot waste another year of this. It's at a point now to where it's just ridiculous that we're talking about an all-time caliber offense with what their potential is, not having a defense hold up half of their job.
They don't make the playoffs. It's an epic failure. Epic. And you traded for Dexter
Zach Taylor's
Lawrence.
not the head coach next year.
Yeah, you traded for Dexter Lawrence. You signed Boye Mafe on the edge. You signed Jonathan Allen, Brian Cook in the back end.
Al Golden's in year 2.
You used a second-round pick on Cassius Howell. Like, you are... I feel like this is the all... Got to be healthy. But on paper, with that schedule and this team... They're a contender.
How do you feel about his comments? Calling out the defense, because that's what it is.
I think he's saying what everybody knows. I think he's probably not afraid to offend anybody with that, because they know. And there's enough new players on there where I think he can say it and feel like, all right, new identity, new players, let's take ownership of this. I don't think if it was the exact same group and they hadn't made any upgrades at all, I would have looked at this as like, you're kind of like pouring gas on a fire. And I don't think that would do well. But I think he feels like these guys can take ownership of it. The guys that are still there want to play better, and they've got new guys that this is no fault of their own. I think he can lean into it with the new feel.
Yeah,
of the defense.
I think it's okay for him to do this. It's a defense that gave up almost 30 points a game a season ago. You're not accomplishing anything of significance living in that world. I don't care how elite your offense is. We've seen that. How many 30-plus games they've lost. How many 35-plus point games they've lost as well. It's just been embarrassing for them and their fans to sit there and have to go through this. And so I like the effort from the front office. this offseason to be aggressive and just throwing as many things that you can at the wall and defense to see what sticks. I think a couple of those things will stick, and hopefully one of those things is Dexter Lawrence for sure, and then a young guy on the defensive line to come along with it, because if that's the case, Cincinnati's going to be a problem.
Early bye week I don't love. Week 6. But I'm not going to go crazy with that. The fact that they will get Jacksonville at home, they'll get Kansas City at home, they get New Orleans at home. Like, they have a pretty good schedule. I mean, the quarterbacks they're facing, all right, Baker out of the gate, but at home. They do C.J. Stroud. That Houston defense is more of a problem, but that's on the road.
Get your popcorn
at Pittsburgh,
ready.
you almost expect them to be favored in that game, even though it's on the road. Jacksonville, yes. Miami, they should win, and then there's their bye week.
Yeah,
like if they don't go, honestly, they really should go 4-1 into their bye week. Easier said than done, but that's on paper. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Coming on, then you get 2 weeks to prepare to go to Baltimore. So it actually sets up pretty good. If they were going to have a bye week, I like the fact that Baltimore's on the back end of that. They're going to have an early bye week. Yeah. Then Tennessee at home, Atlanta in the neutral, Pittsburgh at home. They could go on a little run. I mean, the key games, and here's the real key. If they could actually win both roadies at Pittsburgh and at Baltimore, you've got a massive leg up on that division.
Be a nice start for sure. And grabbing that game early, I think, against Houston would be big as far as big picture seeding goes within the conference. But that game, like the Tampa game's going to be fun, but you talk about that Bengals offense going into Houston, dealing with Will Anderson and all of those guys, man, that Houston has on defense, adding Katie McDonald, the former Buckeye, to that mix as well. Like, let's go. I hope everybody is healthy for the offense in Cincinnati and the defense for Houston, because that's as good as it gets.
I'll say this, if their record isn't exactly reversed or better this year, I will be blown away.
Okay.
That is an 11-6 football team.
Okay. I'm going to wait. I'm not quite there yet with them.
I'm looking at their over-under. Let me see what it is.
Probably 10.5 if I had to guess.
Well, I'm betting the over right now. It is 10.5, and I am betting the over, and I'm getting plus money to do it.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
I'm ready.
Yeah, you're all in on the Ohio. You're all in on Browns and Bengals
Joe
right now.
Burrow, Jamar, T. Higgins, all the dudes they hired.
The only reason why I'm not jumping on this bandwagon with you is because we've been saying this for 3 straight years. I have to course correct a little bit when it comes to my expectations for them.
That's a double-digit win team, correct? You're at least on board with 10, right?
Sure.
This is what we do in sports talk. You can make any argument you want. Like, he can make their due argument. You can say, well, this is who they are. And so it's like, we can just go back.
Yeah,
which point do you want to argue? Well, hey, they haven't done it in 3 years. Guess what? They're due.
Well, and I'm not trying to convince anybody. I'm just saying what feels right.
Following the trend of who they've been for 3 straight years.
All right.
That feels
this
right
roster
to me
feels
right now.
Better to me.
On defense.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I do think they're better. I do. And I do think they are a big-time threat.
If I would have seen...
Part of me wants to feel...
We can't get fooled again.
I would be with you guys if I knew that 2 of the 3 was Shamar Stewart, Miles Murphy, and I'm forgetting someone else. But of these 3 young defensive linemen that aren't Dexter Lawrence and Chris Jenkins, that's the other guy I was thinking of. If I knew for sure 2 of those 3 guys were absolute dudes right now, I would be with you.
Did the Bengals draft Cassius Howell?
Yes.
Okay.
With a second-round pick.
And brought in Boye Mafe. But I just think I still have some pause when it comes to the young defensive line and their linebackers. That's all.
All right. We'll keep charting that one because it's on. And I think by the time they face the Browns, their season's toast. So they might be in tank mode.
Free dubs.
They're going to wrap up a couple of free dubs because they're playing them so late in the year twice.
Yeah.
So it sets up to me for 10 or more.
It's not that brutal of a schedule. They're in pretty good shape.
All right, we come back with our friend Bobby Carpenter in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. Summertime's here, and that means it's the best time to upgrade. Why? Because you're running that AC in the house. If your windows are leaky and drafty, then all that good, expensive air that you're creating in there is cooling the outside. Right now, you buy 4 windows, you get 4 free. And the more windows you replace, the more you save. Plus, 48 months of 0% interest financing, same as cash. That's 4 full years to pay with no interest. 614-502-5220. UniversalWindowsDirect.com.
Get your vehicle summer ready at your local AAA Tire and Auto Service. Save $50 on an air conditioning recharge. Offer includes a free electronic multi-point inspection of your vehicle. Terms apply. See store for details. Offer ends June 30th.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Did you know you can save up to $35 on your next fill-up? Redeem your points for big savings at the pump. Exclusions apply. See site for details. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
You're listening to Rothman and Ice on 97.1 The Fan.
All right, back at it with our guy Carp. My man, we launched the winner on Thursday. Just sidling up to our boy. You and I should probably get a couple of bottles of that Elijah Craig shipped over from JT Poston.
Hey, talked about how much you wanted that handshake. Start saying, this might be the year, Rothman. Start talking about strategy. What are you doing after this? Plans, schemes to get ready. How much you go tinker on the course. I mean, I felt like we really shepherded him and guided him to that successful finish.
I know. You rubbing his shoulders, me, feeding him some theory on putting, He liked my analogy on the putters and put a new putter in the bag. Now he's got a little money maker there. So, hey, finally launched a guy.
That putter might have been getting thrown out after he missed that one.
I know.
I forget which of the 5 times it felt like they played 18 over again.
That's right. He stuffed it in there pretty good, but it was kind of neat, man, that we were able to talk to a guy. By the way, he was going to go to the zoo with his family and get away from golf a little bit. It all worked out. So that was cool. All right. I guess a couple things I want to ask you about the Sorsby stuff. And how long do you think Texas Tech, now that they got this win, that they'll just stand by their man? I mean, they can't reverse course now.
Here's the thing. What'll be interesting is the degree of fallout that could potentially happen from this. Like, I mean, just because the courts say it's right, like you're still playing in a conference, and there's other teams around you, and like I guess they could just forfeit. I don't know. Like this is the one thing to me, more so than performance enhancers. I mean, this is kind of akin to like sign stealing. Like you knew something happened that was wrong, and you're just kind of letting it go. So I think they're going to stand by him. I'm not fully convinced 100% that he'll be playing come Labor Day. You got to realize there's still 3 months left of this. And I feel like this is kind of like political season where, oh, look at this guy. He's polling really well. And they're like, hey, just remember, long way to November. And it seems like there's a long way with all the twists and turns of the courts of how this could potentially happen.
Do we care because of what he did, or do we care because of who he is? That he's great or potentially great?
I don't think the fact that he's like the starting quarterback, I think matters. Like the fact that he's like great. I know Texas Tech cares because he's great, because they need him to be out there to be their dude. But, for everyone else, to me, it's not whether he's a guy that could potentially, be a first-round draft pick or Heisman Trophy guy. It's the fact that you play a position that has a huge impact in games, really any position, but quarterback the most of anyone. And you were betting on your own team. Like, there's no realm where we've ever thought that was okay. And we can talk about betting on your own sport and different things, but you were literally betting on games where you were practicing and maybe not getting in. And that's at least why I care about it. Other people may differ, and it might be, well, this guy's a really good player, he should know better. I mean, he wasn't playing then, but it's a function of that's always been a hard and fast rule. Yeah. The guy for Iowa State, what's his name? 23. Oh, gosh, I was just referencing earlier. Decker, I think his last name is. Dude, they banned him. I mean, he had to go to the NFL, and he was on the Saints practice squad. But it was the
quarterback,
thing.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hunter Deckers, yeah.
Bobby, what's your read on the Big Ten and what they're trying to do here and kind of rally together to box out Texas Tech from all athletics? I believe the Nebraska ADs maybe leading the charge here because up there in Lincoln, they've already kind of said, hey, we're not doing anything with Texas Tech. What's your feeling what the Big Ten's trying to accomplish here?
I mean, I get it. Like, so here's the thing. Like, we're not going to play Texas Tech. Is that just in football or is that in everything? And I do feel like, the bystanders, some innocent bystanders in this may be, players from the other sports. Like if you're a Texas Tech baseball or softball player, or you play on their basketball team or pick a myriad of the other sports, like, should you really be punished because your athletic department brought in a guy and, he bet on games and then they were the reality is with this, they're so pregnant in the deal with Sorsby. Like they probably got $40 million in their roster and they have $5 million invested in him. And it's like, well, you could get your money back with him probably, but that's not going to help you win. Like Cody Campbell came out and said, this sucks. But he's like, as long as these are the rules, we're going to try to go and win as much as we can with it. Yeah. And, I mean, that's he says, like, this isn't right, but unless somebody's going to stop it, we're going to keep going and keep pushing. So I understand why they're doing it. I just hope that there aren't people from other sports now that are getting penalized.
We were reacting earlier to some comments from Eric Weddle about Michigan's quarterback and Bryce Underwood and I guess how he's been up there for a practice or two and kind of what he saw from Bryce Underwood wasn't great. And, maybe we shouldn't be surprised if there's another quarterback getting serious reps in games that matter come fall. So what are your thoughts on Bryce Underwood, where he is with his development and kind of connecting that to what we saw last year?
Well, I know Eric Weddle's a hell of a football player, and he played for Kyle Whittingham at Utah. And when I heard him say those comments, I was like, oh, he's going to be out in the second half. Back up, it better be ready. Like, I'm thinking it's because he's so good. Like, you're going to be winning 35-0. You're going to be emptying the bench, man. And then they're like, well, he can't throw from the pocket. He's struggling doing this. He's struggling doing that. And I'm like, oh, that's not the turn I thought you would be making. And then I heard him come on another podcast, and he was like, hey, Kyle's doing a great job. Ton of respect for the Michigan program. Their team looks really good. He's like, but you got to be able to play quarterback from the pocket. And he doesn't look like he's developed enough to me from what I saw last year. Now, granted, he was like, I just saw him on one day, and that's my sample size. And so people can have a rough practice. But here's the one thing, though, Maddie. There's been other people at Michigan that have we've heard some echoes and whispers about that same thing. So it's not like he's the first person to call this. So that's where I would be a little worried is, hey, we know he's a phenomenal athlete. The guy's got a cannon for an arm. And I think Kyle Whittingham is a heck of a coach and should be able to develop him. But we're talking year two now. And listen, guys, this was we talk about. When you start getting paid, there's expectations that come with that. And he's getting compensated to a very high level to not be an average quarterback for him, but to be a really good quarterback.
Of the three big boys for Ohio State, not including Michigan, which one do you believe right now on paper would be the biggest challenge for Ohio State? At Texas, at Indiana, home against Oregon?
I think at Texas. I mean, there's the revenge factor, Rothman. You lean to the human analytics out there. It's going to be a night game. I mean, Arch already didn't play all that great in the game last year. You would think that you're going to get his best bet, his best shot, going at it. And it's the open. I guess it's the second game, but it's still like it's still the first game against a really good team, so you might still be trying to find yourself a little bit and like understand exactly what you are. So there's a couple different elements that they're going to have to be working at and looking for. And so as you go through the season, yeah, you might have some injuries or something, but you have a better sense of your identity at that point. Whereas I think they might still be trying to find it a little bit early in the season.
Baker Mayfield, Bobby, came out earlier and said that he and Tampa aren't close right now when it comes to a new contract extension. Would you have any problem at all paying him, let's say, $55 million a year?
So here's the thing. We rattled this off this morning on Juice, and, Bodie was reading everybody, and I go, all right, I think Baker is a 5 to 12-ish quarterback. And there was probably, outside of Stafford and Mahomes last year, who were on team-friendly-ish deals, I would say that he was appropriately compensated, and he's probably a guy that, if you told me, here's what I'd tell Baker. We're going to give you 4 years, $200 million. We're going to guarantee 170 of that. So you're basically going to be our starting quarterback for 3 years and probably a fourth. And you know what? 2 years in, if you're playing well and we're in the playoffs and making a run, great. But I can't pay you more than the guys who are making 50 or making 52 and up, because I don't know that he's definitively better than them. And so that's where you have that little rub where, I mean, he's a I don't want to say he's an arrogant guy, but he's about as confident as you're going to get as a football player. And I know that probably hurts because, as we always say, it's not what the money is, it's what it represents. And I think that that's probably what he's having a hard time stomaching.
Where did you have him ranked as far as importance in the NFL?
I mean, there were some guys in there what's his name, up in Minnesota now, your guy. Kyler Murray, who was getting paid a little more than him, but these are one-offs. Yeah. I would say Baker, I don't know if I could pay him more than the sixth or sixth, or not even fifth. I would say probably put him somewhere between 8 and 12. And so for me, $50 million sounded pretty good. You want to pay him 51, you can't be paying you 55, dude, because that's another player that we need to bring in.
I'm with you. He plays hurt. He plays tough. He's a gamer, but you're right. There's a certain ceiling. Yeah, there's a certain ceiling there that you got to see. He's probably going to want mid-50s.
Bobby, he's going to want, I think, the Jordan Love deal. Yeah. That's what I brought up. I think he's going to want 55. Yeah.
I said, listen, you can want it all you want, man. I would rather give him. I'll give you less, but you know what? With the confidence we have in you, we'll guarantee 3/4 of it. Hell, give him a Kirk Cousins. Give him a 4-year deal. If you like him, fully guarantee the thing. But when you overpay him, the problem is then you're not paying. There's $5 million you could spend on another player.
Yeah, I said play it out. I know he won't do that. Play it out, and then come back to the North and play for the Steelers.
Ooh,
that'd be fun, wouldn't it? Get him back in the North.
Oh gosh, that checks a lot of boxes, Randy Bolton.
I know.
What is wrong with you? You're really, Rothman, you're really leaning all in on that right there. Come back and play. Oh, my gosh. Give the Browns fans all they deserve.
Just Charlie Sheen this thing. Every time I pitch against you.
It's what we need. Yeah. Bobby, the streets need that to happen.
Be a great story.
That would be, that honestly is probably that would be what the world would need. The NFL would love that. My gosh, you could run that with Stephen A. every day. Just him coming back to fillet the North, the filleted man. You might as well just get that on the side of his helmet.
Oh, we can dream. All right, my man. Great to have you as always, bud. Have a great rest of the day.
Hey, you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, there he is, our guy, Bobby Carpenter from The Juice, and he is on the Bryan Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We come back with Tell the Truth, Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We're the highest rated sports radio station in America. There's no joke there. We just are. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family.
Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Hey, Weekend Warriors, Austin Ward here. You want to know when your body starts talking back on a golf course? Cart path only. Suddenly your ball is 80 yards across the fairway. You're hiking over there with 3 clubs, and by the time you get to it, you're not thinking birdie. You're wondering if the course has an urgent care. And that's the point. It's not just the scorecard. It's the whole day. Walking 18 without feeling like you're in a survival show. Bending down to read a putt without making that noise. Getting home and still having enough left in the tank for the kids, the yard, the cooler, all of it. That's why Awaken 180 makes sense. It's a medication-free solution with weekly weight loss, support, and yes, free support for life. You may not fix your slice overnight, but drop 30, 40, even 50 pounds, and the game, plus life after the game, feels better. Take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame. Make the call, 844-346-1800, or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
When sudden illness or injury strike, Ohio State offers 3 types of urgent care to meet any of your needs. From traditional urgent care to our specialized orthopedic urgent care for activity-related injuries and advanced urgent care for more serious injury and illness. Our experts treat everything from broken bones to ear infections and colds and flu.
Ohio State Urgent Care. This is world-class care.
The weather in Central Ohio just got better, so why shouldn't your loan rate? CME Federal Credit Union wants to try to beat your current loan rate by 2% on autos and toys. Plus, no payments for 90 days on car loans and 60 days on motorcycles, boats, and more. Go to CMEFCU.org today.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
It's time for sun and savings at Great Lakes Hyundai. Right now, get a new 2060 Elantra SE for $59 per month for a 2-year lease. Just $59 a month for the drive into summer sale. This month only. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit $39.95 down plus tax title first month payment. 7,500 miles per year and 7.6.
Disaster strike, fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. Direct Relief delivers. No politics, no red tape. Direct Relief is a lifeline to people in crisis. So check them out at directrelief.org. And if you can, donate.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. During Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale, you could replace all your home's windows and get half of them for free. Plus, you could get them with no money down and no payment or interest for 2 years. The sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
Have you ever met a man who wins money betting on tennis? Enter Scotty Vegas. Join Scotty and Dave Biddle for On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Sunday mornings at 9 on The Fan. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by McDaniel GM Superstore. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right, TLC, take us home.
Hello. Is betting on your own team to win compromising the integrity of sports more or compromising the integrity of betting more?
Sports. Like, this is the whole Pete Rose thing.
Yeah.
Anybody that ever defended Pete Rose always said, well, he bet on his team to win. He didn't bet on him to lose. He wasn't making decisions to actively throw games. But what people fail to realize is there's so many layers of follow-up to that. Did you bet every game? How much did you bet on those games? Was it always the same amount? Did you tax certain pitchers in a game because your money was on the line? Did you violate the integrity of that guy on the mound and make him go over his pitch limit because he was pitching well, but you weren't managing for next week? You were managing for your bank account. Like, there were so many other layers of this that people just stick their head in the sand on. And I'm a big Pete Rose fan. Who wouldn't be? The guy was Charlie Hustle. He played the game with reckless abandon and the competitive fire and all that, but he got caught up like a lot of people do. And he just kept digging that hole. And so I think your question on the surface is it's the integrity of the game. Even though you're betting, like Brendan Sorsby obviously had inside information in Indiana. His motivation was to make money. Now, there was no guarantee that he was going to, I don't know what he exactly bet on, but so.
Yeah, I'm leaning that way with you.
What would be the lack of integrity to betting?
Insider information.
I mean, he's doing it to benefit himself. This happens in insider trading. This happens in, I think the weird part about it is when you say a guy was only betting his team to win, why would that be wrong? That he believed in them. He was its own money. He didn't have anything to do with the outcome. He wasn't playing. Like, that's where people go to defend him. Like, what impact could he have had on that game if he's not playing? That's the defense of him.
Yeah. How long? Because I mentioned this earlier, that it's probably going to take me a while to hear the name and see him and not think of this. Do you think that you'll be beyond this mentally this year? Like, they start playing, we're in the season, we're talking about games. Like, I just think every time I see Brendan Sorsby's name, I'm going to question when he's playing.
This year, yes. Wearing an NFL uniform, probably not.
Okay.
I think what it'll come back to is, right now, currently, there's no active story that says he impacted games.
He was playing.
That he was betting on games or had people betting on games that he was playing in.
Yeah.
That he staked somebody with money or whatever. Like, that we don't have.
Because I got to be honest, I don't care about him betting on baseball games. Me, personally. The stuff with him directly being involved with potential game plans and all that in the football world, that to me is the absolute no-no, that the rule is definitely black and white, and I guess it isn't as black as white as I thought it would be, and why I'm really shocked that he's in the position that he's in to play the majority of the season and be a part of a team that has a chance to be pretty special this year.
He either had the right lawyer or the right judge or both currently.
Sounds like
but there's
both,
nothing out there right now that says he actively bet on games that he impacted. So that's the fine line.
A little bit of a loophole in this.
Yeah.
I ain't spit on nobody.
Would you keep your ticket to watch your favorite team play in a championship game if its market value was $10,000?
And by the way, the Jamar Chase drop is so ridiculous because we got like the slowed down version. Was that he and Jalen Ramsey? Am I remembering that correctly?
That's correct.
With those guys going back and forth. We had a lot of spitting going on last year. Dak and Jalen Carter at the beginning of that game, and then that whole situation was just
the spitting
crazy
thing that's going on.
And then these guys deny it like we don't have all the cameras and the slow-mo in the world.
This flag thing that's going on.
Yeah. Hey, real quickly, before we get to answer your question, I did look this up again on Sorsby.
Yeah.
And so he never bet on his own team to lose. But there is some evidence that he bet on unders, like Indiana's passing yards and points while he was on the team. So that is kind of betting against them.
Yes.
Because he knows the game plan.
Correct.
It doesn't mean that he thought that those players were going to play poorly. He just knew what it would take to win that game.
100%.
He's in those meetings.
Yeah, and a lot of times, especially early on in games, we hear about like those first 10 to 15 scripted plays for an offense. You know everything that's happened on the fly because that's the obvious play call that your OC's going to.
I don't think it's the same thing as betting on your team to lose. I don't think that. There are people out there say, oh, well, if you bet the under. No, it's not exactly the same. Yeah. It's all comes from the same area, which is the insider information. All right, so are you talking about selling the physical ticket stub or the ticket to the game? What are you talking about?
To the game. Would you keep your ticket to watch your favorite team play in a championship game if its market value were $10,000?
Boy.
So you're saying I haven't.
Yeah. So the Vikings are in the Super Bowl and the Reds are in the World Series.
And I have a ticket and somebody offers me $10,000 for it.
Yep.
Oh, you know what I'm doing.
He's selling in a heartbeat. He's not even a question.
G's? Yeah, absolutely.
The Reds are up 3-0 in the World Series, and it's Game 4.
You know what it depends upon? It depends on a couple things for me.
Oh, look who's thinking now.
He's got me thinking. How long I've been waiting. How many we have.
Okay.
How many maybe I've witnessed or not in my lifetime. And then the most important one, how old am I? Honestly.
This age is the one I can definitely answer.
I'm
asking you in real time right now.
I'm going to go to the game.
Okay. You know what's sad, TLC
Indiana
is?
Championship.
Well,
if you were there.
The Vikings one would be the one.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I want the money. Because my mind goes to, I don't want to deal with the crowd and the traffic and all of that. Like, honestly, like, it's sad.
What a pain in the butt
that's
going to watch my team play for a title. What a pain in the butt that's going to be.
And then you know what I saw last night after the Knicks and the Spurs game? I saw Spurs fans getting beat up.
Man.
I saw.
Okay, well, that's brutal.
I saw Knicks fans fighting each other last night after the game. So I'm good. Give me the 10 racks. I'll take my money and go home.
Cheddar racks?
Good enough.
Matty Ice. Racks cheddar.
We know the Steelers going to try to come in and raw dog us.
Golly. They're still the
I almost asked JT Poston a better nickname, liquefied margarine or Racks Cheddar. Cheddar Racks.
You miss anything from our show, do not worry. You can always catch up wherever you get your podcasts. Just type in Rothman and Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3 will be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the podcast as well.
Maddie, don't tell the person that's buying that ticket that you didn't want to go anyway, though. Act like this is the greatest thing you had to give up in your life.
Good advice.
Because that offer is going to start going down once they think, I don't want to deal with that traffic. All right, we'll come back, talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop